Hello, everyone. Welcome to Harv's World, where we are back on Ehrlengrat. Just a little Friday night impromptu fun, enjoying some adult beverage, and playing just to play. Which is kind of the way it should be all the time, but unfortunately, us content creators don't always get that option. Okay. I thought that bar was still down. Joining me today is SharCo. Caveman had a busy couple days. He was pooped and decided he was going to pack it in early. But SharCo said, "Hey, I'm not doing anything. I'll pop in and play for a while." So got a little bit of help tonight anyway. How is everybody doing? Nobody's chimed in yet, but I hope they do. We usually get a few more on the impromptus over
At least I've
time.
been watching. Oh wow, thank you, Elton or
Al-
Elton A Gaming.
Altoona.
Outstanding.
Thank you so much,
Absolutely
man.
outstanding.
Very, very kind and generous of you. We are still pushing toward our Christmas goal, and I'm gonna jack this up like there's no. It's been a long week, and I'm just not gonna do well on this. I can tell you already because of this light
Friday
pole.
night, no one's judging.
But this stupid light pole's in my way. Somebody take that light pole. Hey, Paul Tunks, how you doing? Lily Ferry, how are you? I've got it. I've got it. We're going in. Maybe. Maybe. I think I've got it. That ought to do. If that's not good enough, this animal dealer, we're just going to have words. That's all there is to it. So we're going to make some big bucks, or some bucks, right out of the gate here. Got a little bit of a plan tonight. Ice Wolf. Yeah, nice to have you with us, man. It's always good when folks catch a live stream for the first time. There we go, 64,000 in bales there. Outstanding. I gotta wait for this thing to fold itself back up. You should be able to pull right through with that little rig, but
I should be able to.
not this thing. Alright, I'm heading back to the farm because we got a lot to get done. And we're going to jack up to 10 times speed. How's everybody doing? Did you guys have a good week? Get over the hump? Well, we're over the hump. Oh, it's been a long week, let me tell you. Too much work and not enough fun for Harv. That's alright. Everybody looking forward to a good weekend at least? I know I am. I'm at home. I'm not going anywhere.
Weekends are always nice.
Truly.
Mostly because I get the house to myself most of the time.
Where do your parents run off to? They out partying?
No, they went out to the trailer or cottage.
Ah. Lee, how you doing, man? Yeah, we'll see. We will see. Things haven't gone exactly smashingly yet. Let's see. I've hit a car and a light pole, and I feel like I'm SharCo today.
Yeah, I hadn't hit anything yet.
I know, right? That's what I'm talking about.
Maybe impromptu streams are my thing.
Oh, Altoona's working right now, and really appreciate that donation, Altoona. Thank you again. Oh, Paul just got home from a hockey game. Oh, now you're talking SharCo's language. And
Look at this truck parked.
out of the way, anywhere, I don't care. It usually goes in that first bay there that you're passing. All right.
Little bay.
Yeah, the trailer usually goes in the big bay and the truck in the smaller bay.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a bit easier to get it into.
So, let's see. We are up to 100,000. I'm going to borrow 150,000. I don't even know how much I clicked. Well, if I get up to 350, I know I'm good. Oh, there we go. Yes, that's good. Okay, and then we scoped out this big piece of land right here next to our farm. This big bugger. It's massive, and it's only 268,000. So we're gonna scoop that up quickly, which is why I ended up taking the loan. But I think with a little bit of luck, we can make that back pretty quick. Oh yeah, you got to make time for FS22. That's all there is to it. Gonna be a busy one. Oh, son's second birthday. Then little brother's on. Wow, that is busy. And happy birthday to your son, man. Second birthday. Another year or two, and you can hire him as a hand to help out on your FS22 farm, right? Absolutely. I've had the worst time backing up to implements here in the last couple days. I just can't ever seem to target them right from this angle. There. We're going to the new
grass or hay.
Grass silage.
Okay. So then I need a tether, not tether, a windrow.
Windrower, and it should be just about the right width to run right behind me.
Hopefully, just a little bit bigger.
A little bit.
Oh my god, those things are moving in the wind.
I want to make sure I'm going to the right place too. Yeah, it's this place on the left. Okay. Really? Really? So it should be this field right here, right? Is this right? Am I in the right place?
No, it's the one to our left.
Oh. I have never played this map before. I'm already lost. I am SharCoing today. Look at that. Alright, here we go. The other reason that this looked like a good deal is frankly because look how flat it is. We are not going to keep this on grass. It's got grass ready to harvest on it already, so we're going to get the grass off of it, and we're going to turn this into a real field. Going to do some real farming. Hey, Gary Robertson. Welcome to Impromptu Friday Night. Yeah, somebody was actually asking in the Discord, is the impromptu happening tonight? I'm like, well, that kind of defeats the purpose of it being impromptu. I actually don't know until about half an hour before I get started whether I'm going to do it or not, because, man, the work week is long. Sometimes I'm pooped.
I literally just got. I literally know nothing. What's going on? I said, hey, I'm free. I'll do it.
Yep. I appreciate it. It's always nice to have company.
Maybe the reason why I'm driving so well is because I'm tired.
Your Ice Wolf is already building his 2-year-old son a computer.
Wow. I mean, I got a computer when I was 6. Well, okay. It was a family computer, but I used it.
Gonna get that kid started virtual farming right away, as it should be. And yeah, you're welcome, man. Happy birthday to your son. And congratulations on keeping him alive for 2 years. I don't think parents get enough congratulations when they manage something like that. It seems pretty intimidating to me, but I've never had any kids, so
Kids aren't easy.
I wouldn't want to have been my parents. Altoona's been on FS19 for a couple weeks, and he's got word that No Man's Land is coming back. Did you hear that, SharCo? Gary's already saying he needs more space engineer videos.
I am working on that. Actually, surprisingly, this is a great weekend for me, so I'll probably get a video out this weekend.
For now, I'm only gonna mow this lower portion, Because this thing
Not
is
the one that goes up.
massive, and
Yeah, it is.
I just want to mow what we can turn into field. The hilly parts I'm not going to fight with a harvester, but down on this flat level,
Decently flat area. Yeah.
it's still a lot of bloody mowing. Hey, Bonnie Moberg, how you doing? Welcome to Friday Night Impromptu
Hey, I
Casual.
was gonna say, Harv, how much horsepower does that harvest or thing pull? Can you hook this thing up to the back of it or no?
Oh, put the mower on the front and the windrower on the back?
Mm-hmm.
We could try it.
Well, I was just thinking, because then I mean, you'd also have to get another mower to make it much more. I guess I could have a baler, but
Nah, you'd be
would be
bailing at
faster.
that point. Let's try. You'll have
Okay.
you'll have to take my weight back.
oh, I'll take the weight back, or I'll just keep it.
I can't remember if Caveman was running it. This small tractor might not have the horsepower for it, but we'll give it the old
Which one's that
college
one?
try.
That's the Vario, isn't it?
Oh, Alien Jim actually posted today. He's bringing back No Man. Well, it was probably his most popular map, and Alien Jim makes great maps. I loved all of his maps. Go ahead and drop it right there.
Let's see, how much horsepower does this tractor have?
You can look it up as easy as I can, man.
Oh yeah. I'll try to move out of your way. I'm trying to think if it's easier for this one just going up hills or something. If this one has more power.
Lee has boys that are 30 and 35. Congratulations, Lee. Y'all have done better than I have. I didn't even dare have them. I'm like, nope, they don't stand a chance.
Is this the case 1500?
It's the
Or
case Maxim
Yeah, okay.
something.
this one might actually be better because this one has more horsepower.
Well, you're gonna need to move.
Oh, yeah.
I
Does it
can't-
work?
I can run this apparently.
Outstanding. Absolutely
I mean, can you uphill
outstanding.
though? That's the real question.
Well, Lee, thank you so much. Did you get that weight? It's still sitting in front of me out there.
Nope, I'll go pick it up now. If you have an issue, then you can switch, I guess, if you have an issue going up hills. Where's the attachment point to that? Right there, okay. I'll be back. Can I go this way to our farm? No, I can, okay.
I'm doing great, Bonnie. Doing great.
Oh, that's a solid fence.
I like all the streams, but Friday nights are nice just because I just get to get on and fart around and play a little bit. And, you know, usually on our primary streams, we generally have a goal and things we want to do and show off and junk like that. But Friday night, it's just get on and drive a tractor and mow some grass or do whatever. So, hopefully that tractor will run the baler, SharCo. Fingers crossed.
I'm sure it can. Did you guys use a bigger tractor last time?
We only use what we've got. What you're seeing is what we used.
So, yeah. It should be able to hold the baler. No, stop dropping the weight. Pick up the weight.
Ice Wolf, his wife and him have been trying hard to keep the kid alive. They're going to shoot for 3 years this time. We will keep our fingers crossed for you. And the kid, of course, you know. Kind of important to him that he find that 3rd year. And a few dozen after that, hopefully.
Wait, you can just go off here for now.
Bonnie's got a 14-year-old. Like I said, I've never had kids, but you know, I've heard how awful teenagers can be. I was
right. I should probably make.
I was one. It automatically just make sure it's the medium-sized bale, the 150
Yeah, that's-
centimeter bale.
I was just seeing if I need to turn anything on or not.
Nope, there's nothing to turn
Don't.
on, except for the auto unload.
Yeah, I saw that part.
Have you run that baler before?
I've run balers, not this exact baler.
On that one, you'll get that warning beep 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 sound.
And then you slow right down.
Well, you once the bale is complete, you have to stop until it ejects into the wrapper.
Mm.
And then you can, once it's ejected into the wrapper, you can start right back up again.
Okay.
So it's just a brief pause, but everything else is automatic on it. It's a pretty spectacular baler. I love it. Lee's brother has 4 girls. Boys are easy. Yeah, I don't doubt that for a second. Maybe Bonnie can fill us in. Why are girls so much more high maintenance, Bonnie? I'd be intrigued to know. I'm not going to pretend like I understand them. And that's a good thing. You know, it gets boring if you can figure somebody out too easily, right? Paul Tunks and his girlfriend are expecting their first child. Well, I hope that's a good thing, Paul. I hope that was something maybe you were shooting for, and even if it wasn't, that it turns out to be a major blessing for you. Congratulations. See if you can match Ice Wolf's record of keeping one alive for 2 years, and then shoot for Bonnie's record of 14 years, and then you can go for Lee's record of 35 years. And then you can go for my parents' record of, I'm not going to say how old I am. Although I've said plenty of times, it's not a big secret or anything. Oh, you picked up on Mouse and Bex this afternoon? That's always a good time. Mouse makes me laugh. He's got a very, how would I say this, kind of open sense of humor. He finds a lot of things funny, or can make them funny even when they don't seem like they would be. Death Bunny 54, welcome to Friday night with Harv Impromptu time. Frank F, good to have you with us. The Wolves, how you doing, bud? Good to see you again.
Just did my 4th bale.
Lee is happy his kids didn't do the crazy things he did. I hear that. Your 4th bale? Outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Savage bales are good, consistent money. That's what I like about them.
Is it 1 month or 1 month for fermenting?
A day. Yeah, basically a month. Because since we're running 1-day seasons right now, basically a month. This is a lot of grass, dude. I'm glad you recommended putting the windrower behind this tractor. I think a caveman always thinks of tool combinations. I'm always I gotta mow, now I gotta windrow, now I gotta bale, now I gotta pick them up. Oh, that's true, Bonnie, but teenage kids are under an awful lot of social pressure at school. I remember those days, you know. I've always said most of my clothes came from the Salvation Army growing up. We grew up pretty poor, but when I got to high school, I wanted the penny loafers, and I wanted to fit in with my classmates, and I guess that's kind of natural, but parents find it a huge pain in the neck. As it was, as it always shall be, apparently. You know what I mean. Too cool. I hope that drive is treating you well tonight, my friend. Frank, has anybody been having trouble trying to change the season settings? Man, there's something right there in that field that just makes me want to slip bad. Right here, too. This might just be a little bit small tractor for this, but it's what we got, so it's what we're going to go with until we can bring in the big Fendt. Hey, Gareth Sullivan. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us, man. Oh, early start at work. Luckily, my work week is over. Doing well. I hope you are too, man. Hope you have a good night at work. Glad you stopped in to say hi at least. Parallel processing? What's called parallel processing, Frank? Changing the season settings? We've got black marshmallows all over the field. Luckily, they're not in my way. Oh, 4:20 in the morning, Gareth. That's an early work day. Good luck with that, man. I hope it works out for you. Honestly, no sarcasm intended. Ooh, I get up at 5 o'clock to go to work every day, and getting up an hour early sounds like a killer. Total deal breaker. That sounds like a SharCo topic to me. Doing two jobs simultaneously rather than linear. Parallel processing. I think you might be muted, SharCo. I haven't heard you in quite some time. Ah, SharCo's on the phone with his parents are checking in at midnight. You know what that means? That means SharCo has a history of getting in trouble and his parents have to keep an eye on him. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. SharCo, did you wreck the truck? Come on, little Fent. You got this. There we go. That truck better not be in the lake again, young man. Or it's coming out of your allowance. We like to give SharCo a hard time, but only because he's so good-natured about it. SharCo the Rebel. He's probably too young to know what I'm talking about, but they've probably watched Risky Business too many times. As SharCo says, I can't defend myself. Like, that's the way we like it the best. His parents probably saw Risky Business too many times, and now they're afraid SharCo's going to do the same thing Tom Cruise did. Still counting it as 28. Yet there are a lot of settings that seem like they don't want to update. Like, I have tried to get, like, online like, when I started the game up tonight, I had told the game to auto accept anybody who joins, and I ended up having to drop out because we had to update our mods to make sure we were on the same page. And when I came back in, it had not updated that setting to auto accept the people who join. In this case, SharCo. So I don't know what, I mean, there's some bugs to work out. Keep in mind the game's only been out, what, a week and a half now? It wasn't going to be perfect. I'm not going to be one of those guys who jumps on the hater bandwagon and, oh, Giants has just put out this piece of crap and it sucks. And there's so much hate. I usually subscribe to the Steam forums, you know, where people ask for help and make comments and whatnot about different games, and just the level of anger and vitriol on there, I just unsubscribed. I'm like, I don't even want to see this. It's not as bad as everybody is saying. Will it be better in the future? Sure. But it's not all that bad. Believe it or not, I had to update FS19 today on Steam. I jumped in to do some work on a future video on 19, and it told me I had to update. I don't know what was in the update, because Steam wouldn't let me look at the update information. It was hung up on something, but hey, whatever. Paul, yeah, actually, it's the Pottinger. I'm going to keep on rolling down this field. I'll show you exactly which one it is. I don't remember where he and I were playing, but I had discovered this particular baler and showed it to him, and he's like, oh, he was on that like a carb on it. It's the Pottinger Impress 185 VC Pro. It's 99,500. But it's a brilliant bit of kit, I have to tell you. It does a fantastic job, and the fact that it wraps and does everything automatically, ejects the bale, even ejects the bale from the wrapper automatically. You have to turn that feature on, though. It is in the controls that the bale ejector has to be turned on. Oh, don't do that. Hit the wrong button. Oops. Frank would have to sleep for 90 days to be able to harvest his field. Alright, Rumpelstiltskin. Man, this end of this field is giving me nothing but headaches.
Okay, I'm back.
There he is. Making your parents nervous. They afraid to leave you at home alone.
Also, seasons only update after each month.
Oh, that's a good point. That's right, and it does say in the settings, when you change the days, it will only change at the beginning of the next season. So maybe that's the problem you're running into, Frank, is that you got to wait till the next season for the day change to take effect.
I think that goes for all settings. Like anything that actually affects anything.
Yeah, you can, and as far as resets go, you can reset any vehicle you have control of, or any implement you have control of. If you can click on the dot on the map, you can reset the implement or vehicle. And usually it goes back to the shop, but there are some sneaky map makers out there who sometimes... Oxygen David did this. He stuck his reset point out in the middle of a field on one of the pre-made farms that he made on Chellington Valley. It was a little bit obnoxious, if I'm totally honest. Till the beginning of the next season, Frank. Let me double check that just to make sure that we are talking about the same thing. Seasonal growth. A number of days. Changes will take effect in the next season. It says right there in the settings on the days per month. So yeah, I thought I had seen that, but I wanted to be sure. Didn't want to talk out of turn. Darn it. You should be able to get contract vehicles. I mean, you have control over them. You can tab to them. If you can tab to them, you should be able to reset them. Yeah, baling contracts are actually really good money. But man, they can be long and tedious if you can't get some combinations working for you. And I'll tell you, that bale trailer that I was using, that's base game Anderson round bale, 24 bales. It'll hold 24 bales regardless of how big the bales are too. That thing is a lifesaver. I may never go back to auto load trailers again when they come out. You can sleep at least for 24 hours. So if you set the time to wake up at 8 a.m., you can go right back to sleep and tell it to wake you up at 8 a.m. again, and it will wake you up the next day. You can keep doing that until you get into the next season. Not too much longer we'll have this grass knocked out. How many bales do we have, SharCo?
I have no clue. A lot.
More than 3.
Definitely more than 3.
I see 6, 7 on the field right now, counting the one that you're wrapping at the moment. Let's see if I can just whip this around. I don't care about getting every blade of grass off this field. As long as we get most of it. Make some of our money back on this purchase and pay off the bank in a decent amount of time, I'm good. I hardly ever, almost never take loans. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We've got well over 20 bales already.
Well, with the amount of bales, you might be able to actually pay off what it costs to buy this property.
Maybe. Holy crap. Holy crap, Altoona. 2 $40,000 potato contracts. I hope you had some good potato harvesting mods.
Mm-hmm.
Dude. One of the things that always comes up, inevitably, you know, I've got the Ravenport walkthrough for beginners, and that's been very, very popular and helped a lot of people get started. And one thing that always comes up is, oh man, I saw a potato contract on Field 7 on Ravenport, or is it Field 8? What's the big one on Ravenport? I can't even remember now.
I think it's, both are a bit big, I know that.
It was like
8's the bigger one.
It was like $85,000, so I took it, and 18 real-time hours later, I finished that stupid contract. Everybody tortures themselves through a potato contract one time, and then they'll never do potatoes again. And rightly so. Until you get modders like Kaz64 who make some really fast potato harvesters with big tanks on them, and then potatoes aren't quite so bad. Harley, are you having an adult beverage with me tonight? The reset point, Bonnie, is in the map. It's already done. Usually it's right back at the shop, and I'm sure Giants would have set the reset points at the shop. Now in 19 we had the store deliveries mod, which was very, very handy, and if you set a delivery point on your farm so that you didn't have to go pick everything up, vehicles would also reset to that point on your farm. We do not have any such tool yet on FS22. Although I have seen a version of it on an external source. I have not tried it yet though. Store deliveries was a very helpful mod. Yeah, the spraying contracts are pretty good, Altoona. I've always liked fertilizer contracts. In fact, we're sitting on a fertilizer contract for $5,000 at the moment that we probably won't get to. But life will go on. We're almost through this September already. And Lee, I honestly, it's been a long week and I don't remember, and I want to make sure that I don't shortchange you, man. But thank you very much for that donation. $21 from Lee, everybody. Harley, if you keep talking like that, I might be forced to ask you to marry me. Chili cheese tater tots. Tater tots just by themselves alone are one of my all-time favorite things in the world, and you throw chili and cheese on top of them, that's a match made in heaven.
Your tots are good. That they are.
Ice Wolf, you are very welcome. Thanks for joining me in my addiction.
One thing that's annoying is going down this hill, trying to stop, you don't really stop very quick, so usually I'll roll past to where I want to stop.
Gary Helpers always got paid continuously, even in 19. I really don't believe that has changed. And I was noticing, was it yesterday? I think Giants has tweaked helper pay, because I had a helper working on my farm for quite some time, and somebody had measured that at around $3,600 or euros an hour, and I didn't pay them anywhere close to that.
I think it goes by difficulty.
That's a possibility.
I think they changed it by difficulty, you know. And also I think driving, like delivering stuff, costs more than field work, I think, now too.
Oh, is that right?
I think so, you know. I might be wrong, but I think that's what it is.
Come on, little Fent.
I know, I going up that hill right there too, this tractor struggles with the baler. Does it, but not very fast. I know there's so many bales on this field.
I've always wanted to try poutine, Paul. I have never had an opportunity yet. But I imagine poutine with tater tots would be pretty spectacular. And when I do tater tots, I want them extra crunchy too, extra crispy. I've actually
Tater tots. Huh.
hit a point on this field that I cannot get past.
Oh, is it actually that steep?
It's something. There must be a hill or a bulge here or something that I can't quite see. Probably just have to lift the mower and move past it. There we go.
Maybe it's just a bump in the ground, because I know those things are very picky sometimes when it's not flat.
Yeah, this mower does not like mowing on anything that's not perfectly flat, I can tell you that much.
Mm-hmm. This thing fills up so fast.
There's a lot of freaking grass on the... Look at all those bales sitting out there. That's crazy. We might make our money back on silage. Let's see, what did we make? We made like $75,000 on the bales we sold today, and there's going to be double the amount of bales.
I'm saying it'd at least be close. Imagine that, like, you buy a property, and like half a season later, it's already paid.
Just from silage.
Like in real life, though, imagine that in real life. You buy a house, and like half a year goes by, and it's already paid for.
I'm already thinking I might not even try to mow this whole thing. I want to get to planting something. I want to put real crop in the ground.
Beaver tails.
Uh-oh. We've got the Canadian Club tonight. I'm going to talk about all their Canadian goodies.
Beaver tails are very good. Oh, let's just say I spent $100 over on a weekend once, just on beaver tails. It's a food.
$100 on beaver tails? What'd you do? Like put enough in the freezer to get you through to the next year? Or?
No, I probably bought like 6 a day on a 4-day weekend. They're good.
And Lee, that is, I was actually thinking about that the other day, that I should pick up an air fryer one of these days. Although I never fry anything anymore, I actually just pop it in the oven.
I'll say an air fryer is not much different than an oven, but they are slightly different. So.
A little bit faster. And
And slightly different ways of cooking.
Yeah, and I
But
think
if you have conventional,
I think things get a little crisper in an air fryer than they would in a,
do you have a conventional oven or do you just have a traditional oven?
most people in the States don't have convection ovens.
I was gonna say a convection oven is the same thing as an air fryer.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess
It
that
will
makes a
do
certain
virtually
amount of
the exact
sense.
same thing. Yeah, does almost the exact same thing, other than it's bigger.
I don't think you're going to bake bread in your air fryer, though.
I mean, that's fair, because obviously the oven can be a lot hotter, but the conventional oven is the same as a conventional or as an air fryer.
Harley, seriously, you're killing me here. You added bacon bits and chives.
Oh, oh!
Throw
I just had supper. I'm getting hungry again.
throw just a little bit of sour cream on that, and oh man. Yep. If you're not married, Harley, I'm looking. Although
I see 30 bales on the field just from where I was looking.
I don't think I could deal with the jester costume and the baseball bat, so maybe it's not quite the match made in heaven, but still.
Kitchen buddies.
Yeah, Frank agrees with you. Oven on convection is an air fryer. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And for anybody who doesn't know what a convection oven is, although I imagine most people do, a convection oven is an oven that runs. It basically has air blowing through it. It helps distribute the heat, and you actually have different settings if you're using the convection part of your oven. If you're baking like a loaf of bread on convection, you would actually have to set it differently than you would from a standard oven.
Oh yeah. I know if I cook pizza, it's about 25% faster using the convention.
Real bacon bits and the sour cream is a must. Harley.
Now, there is a difference between an air fryer and I guess an oven with a conventional is an air fryer can be moved.
That's true. But you can turn off the convection on a convection oven, so...
Yeah. I understand, like an air fryer, like you can move an air fryer to like someone else's house or outside or whatever you're doing.
Right.
Compared to an oven. So there's that difference.
Well, I'm not going to go out and buy a convection oven just because I want an air fryer.
That is fair. But almost most new ovens are conventional.
Yeah. And honestly, I think convection ovens, I don't know how they are in Canada, but I really only ever see or hear about them maybe in a fancy restaurant, and most likely it's in Europe.
Really?
Yeah.
They're like, if you go to any house that's a newer one, obviously older ones don't, or any gas, but anyone that's electric or anything, pretty much has convention on it.
I have never known anybody in my life that has a convection oven.
Really?
Yep.
That might just be a thing, because up here, I'm not saying obviously, like newer ones, probably next 4 years, probably have convention on them.
Well, Frank is all on it too. He says most newer ovens are convection, so.
Yeah. Now it's an option. Usually, like mine, literally is just a button on it right beside bake that says convention. So most people don't even realize they have it sometimes.
Okay.
Because it's not obvious.
Deli Suoso. Bacon flavored seasoning. Hey, bacon is the fairy dust of the food world.
I love my bacon.
And if you can't get real bacon.
Oh, this hard bacon or soft bacon?
Oh, it's got to be crispy. Soft bacon is just mush and disgusting.
Burnt
No,
Or
not
crispy?
overcooked.
Okay. I don't mind like hard bacon, but I don't like burnt bacon.
No, I don't. Well, you know, when you take a bite of it and it just crumbles into dust in your mouth because it's
Yeah, I
been
don't like that.
overcooked, yeah, that's kind of nasty.
I don't like that. But if it's you bite it and it's still in like a solid piece, then that's fine. Yeah. I do kind of like the soft bacon with maple syrup is good. I do like this. Same with the anything I guess breakfast like sausages are good with bacon.
We might have to
You know,
lease a big tractor.
is it difficult for you going up that hill?
Oh, I don't care about the mowing part. It's the plowing part.
Yeah, that's what it was. I mean, this tractor has a bit more horsepower, so
It won't be so bad with the cultivator, but there's an awful lot of field to get done, and these little tractors aren't going to pull any cultivators that
by
are
the way,
going to do
Harv,
justice.
you're 50 horsepower over with that tractor.
Oh, I'm running 50 horsepower more than I should be?
Hmm.
Or I have a surplus of 50 horsepower?
No, your equipments are wanting 50 horsepower more.
Yeah, I can get over it. It's been doing
So
okay.
so the fact that you're going up that hill is not bad.
It's not horrible. Deep
Okay, I have a
fried
question.
bacon. Wow, that's woo.
Huh. That's like a deep fried Mars bar.
Easier to
Um,
clean an air fryer than a convection oven? I would hope so.
that's probably actually you can actually I know this isn't most common, but mine has it. Self-cleaning ovens.
That's pretty common anymore.
Yeah. I don't hear of it a lot, but also at the same time, that's not something you people would talk about a lot. So
I don't imagine your
actually, mine
oven's
has a
shopping
self-cleaning
very
option.
often either.
Hmm.
Like, literally, when was the last time you went and shopped for an oven?
You want me to ask the answer to that? Because actually, the last time I went was about 2 weeks ago.
To shop for an oven?
It was a gas stove or a propane stove. Yeah, for the trailer.
Oh, well, that doesn't count. I said oven,
And,
not stove.
well, it is an oven too.
Oh, Ethan would take a lamb chop over some bacon. Welcome, Ethan. Good to have you with us again, man. Um, you
Oh,
know,
I see that lip now.
bacon's not something that I want to necessarily eat all the time plain.
I could not eat bacon all the time.
But as
But
one comedian used to say, bacon is the fairy dust of the food world.
hmm.
You can sprinkle a little bit of bacon on anything and make it 3 times as good.
Hmm. See, soft bacon and like when it's in little bites, not at all. That's not good. It's just if it's raw, then I don't like. You're eating it like you would eat it as breakfast. I prefer it soft there. But yeah, if it's in like on a burger or something, I prefer it to be harder.
Look at all those freaking bales. That's
I
ridiculous.
know.
We need
No,
a
I haven't got
caveman
a
here
single frame
tonight
hit.
just to pick up bales.
I'm not getting any frame hit. I'm pretty sure if 19 we would be getting some frame hit.
Yeah, we would have been.
So that's good.
We'd have been getting hit hard.
This many bales, yeah, and all this grass on the ground too.
So when I get done mowing, I'm going to ask you to drop the baler wherever you're done with it.
Mm-hmm.
Go grab the bale trailer, and I'll even give you
Start
this
loading.
tractor, and start loading the bales around the outer edge of the field and get them out of here. And then I will lease a big tractor and hopefully a decent cultivator that I can use to start plowing this out.
Mm-hmm. Also, I was gonna say you need this tractor because it can barely make it up those hills. So,
Say what?
like like right now I'm traveling 11 miles an hour.
Right.
Going up the hill drops down to around 5.
Yeah, I'm lucky to get that too.
So yeah, but you're also running two equipment. So you could probably run a lot faster if it was just the mower or just the
All right.
windrower.
I think I'm done. I'm just gonna finish up this pass right here and then call it. I will. I'm gonna run this equipment back over to the farm. Then I'll bring this tractor back to you, and then I will lease up do that and that. Pull through just a little bit more and do that and that.
I do have a question for you. Where you live, is it more common to see sausage rolls or sausage patties?
You mean like sausage links?
Like a disc.
I know what a patty is.
Yeah.
Is a sausage roll. Are you talking about like the shape of a hot dog, except smaller?
Yeah. Small, but yeah.
No, we just call those links.
Okay. I've been told that those are also called sausage rolls. What's more common where you live, or what you've seen?
6 of one, half dozen of the other. Really,
Okay.
they're both pretty common.
At least where I live, it's mostly now like you might see them in restaurants, but sausage rolls or the links are what you see if you order sausages.
I kind of like the links better, but that's just me.
I honestly think those taste better, because I've had both, but especially trying to dip them in maple syrup, it's a lot easier if it's not like a disc and it's more of a hot dog.
Now, Lee, I got to be honest with you, Lee. You can have all the maple bars on the planet with or without bacon. I don't want bacon mixed with my sweet to start with. All right, here you go.
Maple bar's fudge.
Here you go,
Sorry, I
SharCo.
actually know what maple bar was. You're already back. There you go.
I don't fool around.
I mean, I have to go now pick up the trailer. Oh, how have you detached?
I know.
You're going to pick something else. Okay, you're going to go pick it up.
I'm gonna go park this tractor. You're gonna pick up bales. Drop them over by the silage pit. Actually, we probably ought to just get rid of the silage pit.
Yeah, we're not going to use it. We've seen the bale wrappers.
The bunker silo. I'm parking this tractor and I'm going to go lease a big one and a cultivator and start working that field. And I hope you can get I hope you can get bales out of my way and by the time I get back.
I haven't hit anything yet this stream.
That's not what I'm saying.
I'm saying.
Pig in a blanket. Pigs in a blankets are good. Again, people always do them with their pancakes though, and they want to dip them in maple syrup. Ugh, I just can't.
That actually doesn't sound good, actually.
I can't do that.
Maple syrup is good, but not good for everything. And I mean real maple syrup.
I've made them for other people. Should we check out the Fent Black Beauty?
Ooh.
How much horsepower do we get out of that? 415. Let's see what our cultivator option, because it's but I need a plow. I need a plow.
Are these fields, like, do these fields exist, or are they?
They exist.
Okay.
The Culti plow takes 435, so the Black Beauty's not going to do it.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, you need a subsoiler work either? Because you can get a decently sized subsoiler.
That is the subsoiler.
Oh, it is? I'm not looking, so.
You know what that means. That means it's time to call in the Fent 1050. It's only 20 grand to lease. Come on.
Only 20 grand. And it's still not that bad.
Not for 8 meters of subsoiling.
That's what I'm saying. That's not that bad.
But you've seen the size of that field, so.
Oh, I definitely don't. I'm not saying it's not worth it.
In fact, since.
How the heck did I? Okay,
He wrecked.
Okay,
He wrecked already.
No, 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 no. The hand got glitched into the ground.
The hand? Oh, you mean the bale
Like,
pickup thing?
yeah. But I got it. It just backed up and it seemed to fix itself. It's already night.
Well, we're running 10 times speed, which is actually slower than Caveman and I were running.
You running 15?
Yep. At some point, we'll have to just sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Get back into the
Sleep anywhere.
daytime.
What time does it get light out? I guess it changes based upon month.
Yeah, you know how that goes. You know, the link sausage are more common for dinner patties for breakfast. Links for pig in a blanket. When we used to run cattle, every now and then we would kill and process one of our own, kill and skin it late Thursday afternoon, hang it up to drain out overnight. Cut it up Friday and freeze till Sunday, where we'd have a big barbecue. Oh man, that sounds fantastic.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Oh, I've heard of voodoo donuts, Lee. I have heard of voodoo donuts.
We're going to dump the bales.
I said next to
Bunker silo.
the bunker silo.
There's gonna be a lot of them.
I can see that.
Considering I have a full trailer and you can still see how many's left up in the field.
You've got 2 more trailer loads at least.
Uh-huh.
And you're not done baling yet.
Nope.
No, I'm way off the edge of this field. Oh man, we're gonna have to rock collect this whole thing too.
Oh, you can turn that off, but unless you want that on.
Maybe we should turn it off.
I mean, it's more casual more than anything else, so.
It is casual. I don't know. What do you guys think? Rock collect or turn it off? The rocks are an interesting novelty. I don't see them being a permanent feature unless you just really get into collecting rocks.
I don't mind a challenge, but sometimes when you just want to relax, it's an extra step that just makes it more stressful because then I have to get a rock collector and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't really affect anything. Oh, if you're already plowing it, I think you have to collect the rocks now because you already started plowing.
Frank, when you're playing multiplayer, you can't sleep unless everybody agrees to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So even if I went up to the house and said sleep until 6 a.m., it won't let me until SharCo says, yeah, okay, we can sleep. Everybody says off except for Harley. Apparently Harley thinks the rocks look like tater tots. And she wants to see more of them. Hey, you buddy. Hi, you buddy. Great name. Makes it impossible not to say hi to you, right? Welcome to the stream for starters. And, you know, it's a situation where we've gotten used to certain things. We've gotten used to seeing things in a certain way. You know, it's kind of like that old friend that you haven't seen in years. And when they come back, they've grown a beard. They've lost weight. You know, their appearance has changed and they almost seem like a completely different person because you're not seeing what you're used to seeing.
So want me to sleep since I'm here at the house?
Hang on a second. Since most people said turn off the rocks, except for Harley, I'm going to turn off the rocks and save before you sleep. Tick tock, tick tock. Thank you. All right, go ahead and sleep.
What time? 8?
7. And see, SharCo wants to sleep, accept request, and I have to say yes. And then the game's going to pause.
It doesn't show the time speeding ahead anymore.
It tries to, but it tries to do it in such a way that it's like the clouds blowing by, or it's trying to be cinematic and kind of failing.
At night, it doesn't really work.
And it's still pretty dark at 7 a.m., but it won't be 7 a.m. for long.
Nope.
This is going to be a field that would make Caveman proud. It's going to be so honking big. I have not seen any pickup rock contracts, Lee. Not a one.
I don't think that exists. At least base game.
And Harley said we have to pick up rocks because she's been picking up rocks and she wanted somebody. She didn't want to suffer alone. She needed company in her misery.
I actually don't mind picking up rocks. It's just sometimes it's more, not stressful, but not as calming.
Well, it seems to me like the steps involved, if you have everything turned on, the steps involved to fully prep a field now are extensive.
You have to is it collect rocks? Then you have to roll it to get to that
Seed bed. Well, you have to plow, cultivate, subsoil, whatever is required. Then you have to collect the rocks. Then you need to roll it. If it needs lime or fertilizer, you obviously have to do that.
And it doesn't really tell you either what to do, which is really annoying.
I actually like that part.
Well, I understand that, but I mean, it's not like you can choose, if it has weeds, it just shows weeds. It doesn't let you choose, what order you should do them in. That makes sense.
I'm not sure what you mean. Although one interesting thing is you can grow weeds now without having any crop planted.
Yeah. I've learned that. I actually wondered, if you let seeds grow to a full thing, then plow it, does it give you a fertilized state?
I'm actually wondering what happens, and I haven't had a chance to test it yet, is when you get your seed bed ready, then weeds can grow. Can you just plant right back over the top of the weeds?
Oh. I'm assuming probably not. You may have to have a direct drill, probably. At least from our experience, do not plant grass with direct drills.
Do not plant anything with direct drills right now. I don't know if they're all broken, but when we did one pass, maybe a quarter of an acre, and went through 1,700 liters of seed on our farm on Elmcreek.
Ridiculous.
What's ridiculous is the size of this field. This field is
Yeah.
we can plant 2 separate crops in this field. Easy.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
This field might break us.
Make or break.
That reminds me of a movie too, and I can't think of what it was. Oh yes, Rocky IV. I will break you. This field might be our Ivan Drago.
Oh, I'm gonna have another trailer before I'm finished even done all the bales.
That's what I said. There's 2 more trailers on the field before you even finish baling.
Yeah. That's a lot of bales. So where are we at? 150,000 right now for bales? Roughly?
Say what?
Because you sold one of these trailers before and it was like what, 75,000?
Wait, say that one more time.
last time you sold the bales, how much
Yeah.
did you get from selling all of them?
Between the ones I got and you sold, we made about 75,000.
Okay, well, 75 times 2 is
70,
150.
75 times 3.
Well, yeah, I was saying so far we have that.
Oh, you have 2.
Yeah,
We should have 3.
should, yeah.
So
And then
with
whatever's left.
2.25 is almost what we paid for this field.
Yeah.
I think it was basically 270.
And I think we'll be quite closer to 220 probably near the end.
And we didn't mow anywhere close to everything. Like, there's a whole stretch way up to the north that still has grass on it that could be mowed. And we've got another small field down on the farm that has grass that's ready to be harvested, that's actually planted grass and fully fertilized. Ahmad Ali, how's it going, my man? Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. If you can see the end of the field isn't big enough. Okay, that's fair. Except we don't have the money for the equipment the right size to run
Shit,
fields this big.
Is that sun actually going behind that mountain? It is.
It should be coming up, actually.
It is, but it's going behind the mountain on the way up. It's like the shadow shifting. That's actually really cool.
Do you think that Giants would add that you can fix your tractors and remodel the farmhouse? Maybe. Probably not in this version of the game.
You can fix your tractors, not manually though, but you can fix your tractors by taking them to a shop.
I think he's talking, almost like there's a game out that's like auto repair shop or auto mechanic or something like that.
Yeah.
Where you drive it into the shop and put it on a lift and you can search the catalog for the parts you're looking for. It would be, there are games out there that if they were to merge with Farm Sim would actually be pretty cool.
Like, yeah, you can take it into a repair shop and pay a price, or you can do it yourself for like half the price or something.
Like American Truck Simulator, you have contracts where you haul harvesters around the country to different locations. And obviously trucking is a big part of farming. And God knows we do plenty of trucking just in our traditional gameplay. But being able to, or standard gameplay, so...
Or having that big of a map, too, and not just these small maps.
Right?
That'd be actually really cool having a massive map. I don't know how that would work, but like, it'd be only one world. You also wouldn't be able to have downloadable worlds or content or whatever. But I don't think if it's massive, like the size of or trucking simulator, it probably would be you probably wouldn't need to worry about constantly getting new maps. Just drive down the road. Oh, new farm.
That's fair. Although, what are you going to do? Separate American Farming Simulator and European Farming Simulator the way they do Trucking Simulator?
I mean, you could. Now, it wouldn't necessarily have to be a 1-to-1 scale, but cause that'd be very difficult. But definitely, like a massive, like 100-kilometer size map would probably work quite well. Like obviously the whole U.S.
Look at that. The sun is just ticking across the landscape. Like you can see the line. That is cool.
I'm saying like it's going behind the mountain.
Okay, that's interesting. The shadow of the mountain falling on our field at 8:30 in the morning. And I think Body just actually had a great suggestion.
What?
It would be cool if you had like a available a board of like available workers, and you could go in and check that board, and the workers would have different skill levels for different things. And you know, your farm would need a mechanic, so you could hire a mechanic, but you could either hire an apprentice who's going to get better over time, or you can hire somebody who is already knows what they need to do.
But you owe them a lot more though.
Yeah, you pay them more depending.
Well, I know game mechanic wise is if you pay for one that's already like knowledged, it's gonna be way more expensive than training one up to that level.
Of course.
Just because obviously you need at least some gameplay for that.
Some you have different helpers in the field of different skill levels.
Mm-hmm. Grass fields are easy, so you can obviously have just your novice or whatever, or your one that's brand new, working a grass field, compared to someone working maybe canola or something.
Or maybe you hire a helper to run a harvester, a level 1 or a skill level of 1, you're going to get 50,000 liters of canola off your field. But if you can hire somebody to run your combine that really knows what they're doing, like a skill level 5, you're going to get 75,000 liters of canola off your field.
Mm-hmm. Just because they know how to lower the
Right.
header and all that.
They know how to adjust it. They know what speed to run. Because somebody in Discord was just talking about a mod for 19 that I actually wasn't even aware of.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the combine experience, I think it was called, where you actually run your combine at different speeds depending on the crop.
And different heights apparently too, I think I was reading.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Bonnie. I'm glad you mentioned that. That's a really good idea.
Mm-hmm. Oh great, I'm bleeding now.
How do you
Cat tried to
bleed from playing a game?
Cat tried to climb my leg.
Oh. Yeah, that's
That's
just love blood.
Yep, totally.
Kitty love blood.
I don't really care that it's bleeding because it's not much. Oh, now the cat's licking it.
Don't let the cat get a taste for your blood. You're gonna wake up one morning with no eyelids.
Like, Well, my hand was down there, so maybe it's probably just trying to lick my hand.
Oh, okay.
It's not the fact that it's bleeding, it's the fact that it's like a sting paper cut now. Let me know if you get close to a bale, because right now I'm just baling more bales.
I don't think you have to worry about that. I'm not exactly going at warp speed on this thing.
I bet not.
There you go, Bonnie. Scratching post, love.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, Caveman mentioned this. Nope. It doesn't work on this cultivator.
Oh, speed plow?
Yeah. No speed farming on this
though,
one.
Or going downhill? Because going downhill might be a lot better.
It doesn't matter.
I guess you'd still increase speed a little bit.
I tried to fold it, and then I tried to do the fast fold, to engage speed farming, and it didn't work. I'll try one more time.
Maybe because it actually is, you don't turn it on.
Maybe.
So, because it just lowers it, and I think it has to be turned on because of the fact is, like a mower.
No.
When a mower's lifted, you can go a lot faster, even though it's still actually on and will cut things.
It doesn't.
Another mountain.
It doesn't have to be turned on. I know that for a fact. It's because the giant cultivator in FS19.
Oh, yeah, that's true too.
That one would speed farm.
Oh, there's another mountain coming through. Don't know what that mountain is because it's coming towards it, so I don't really know how that one works, but
Any grass, even if it's in a windrow that's left on this field, is getting plowed if it's in my way.
oh yeah, I don't think I wasn't trying to be too picky.
That's fine.
What size is this field? You don't have the info, do you?
There isn't any yet.
I thought there was a field info. Oh, it's HUD info, not field info.
HUD info.
And Giants doesn't say field size anymore,
Nope.
which is really annoying.
Not unless it's a contract.
Oh, this, I wonder what happens if you sell this now, the fact that it's plowed.
All right, Ethan, you have a good day, man. I appreciate you stopping in. Good to have you with us for a little while. Take care of that floodgate. Make sure your irrigation keeps working properly. Absolutely. Yeah, I wish there was a way to judge field size. Somebody needs to come out with a field measurement mod. Come on, modders. Field measurement. We might be able to plant this in the spring.
Maybe we'll get some snow. I have no clue how that works.
3 days real time on a grass baling contract in FS19. Holy crap. Paul, this is Erlengrat, one of the base game maps. It was the one that carried over from FS19. I never played it on 19.
They didn't really change much.
And I figured, you know, if I'm going to do impromptu on Friday, although next Friday, if we do an impromptu, I already promised Eric Kuntz that we would go back to PV Uncharted for a while. Because apparently he's got a birthday coming up. Yotes Fork. I just used the tension belts in 22 for the first time. I like how they show in green where they will go, then appear as actual strap. Yeah, absolutely.
19 showed the green.
Yeah, 19 had the exact same thing.
Just not as, the physics weren't as nice.
Yeah, the big deal in 22 is that equipment actually attaches to trailers now.
Yeah, that too, yeah. A lot more options.
It took a modder to figure out how to do that in 19, and it took the modding community in general 2.5 years to come up with a solution.
That was true, it did. Apparently it's not easy. You have to go and like tell each tractor that it's like a pallet or something.
Well, and
Like,
they did it
really
in such a
ended up
way
doing
that it was actually looking for the tires, so it knew where to put tire chocks on the trailer.
There was 2 of them, I think. One was actually it would strap the whole tractor, and one would just chalk the wheels.
Yeah, the one that chocks the wheels was far superior.
Oh yeah, it was yeah. Except I think that one came out after the one that just registered the whole tractor as like a pallet.
All right, you're
You know,
just
the trailer,
about
the game just thought it was a pallet, so it would load it.
you're just about done baling. I might actually have you pick up another tractor and one of these subsoilers so we can get this thing done.
I don't know if I'll get a 3rd trailer. It will be close though.
Well, right now we've got 48 bales.
Because I really do like that baler.
Oh yeah, it's a great baler.
Too bad it couldn't have like a container where it would store a bit of hay or grass or whatever, so you could just keep on going.
I'm not quite sure what you mean.
Like, you know how the cotton harvester, the John Deere one, can store things?
Yeah.
Well, it spits out the bale, so you can actually just keep going with the John Deere one.
Right. Okay.
I was gonna say, too bad a baler can't be like that. I mean, I don't know how the baler would work for that, but
Peter Tutton. I was thinking about you this week, bud, and Caveman's not here tonight, but SharCo is. Caveman's either playing with a new 3D printer that he got, or he's passed out in bed. I'll let you decide which one you think that is.
probably both.
Probably both.
He's probably really tired, but probably still playing with the 3D printer.
I haven't had a chance to do anything with it yet, Peter, but I got your package today, or this week finally, a couple days ago. And I'm glad to see you back in, man. So a while back, I threw out this idea because we have so many people from around the world who drop into streams and watch videos and such, that if people wanted to send me like a postcard from where they live, I would start, what were we calling that, SharCo? The Harv's World Wall, or
Yeah, Harvested Wall.
the Harv's World Tour Wall or something like that.
We didn't really have a name for it.
Yeah. And of course, as many things are, people thought it was a great idea at the time, and I was going to get a map and have strings and, show where everybody was from, and the only person who sent me anything was Peter, and it just arrived this week. Mostly because it got sent back to him and he had to resend it again. So I appreciate the effort, Peter. And it was some very, very nice postcards and a little calendar that includes a bunch of pictures of Australian wildlife.
Ooh.
So I look forward to showing that off. It's just been a hectic week at work, and I haven't had a chance to get photos or anything of it yet.
I'll say, yeah, no shark or caveman tonight, but you do have me.
And
I don't know
nothing.
if that's a good replacement or not, but
Nothing's in the lake yet.
that's true. Nothing is in the lake.
Dino.
I'm just better when I'm tired.
Dino, how are you doing, man? Welcome to Harv's World. Glad to have you with us in the stream. No, thank you, Peter. Thank you so much. That was very, very kind of you. Weren't you, was it you that was, maybe this was somebody else. Somebody was promising me like a prize-winning meatloaf recipe at some point. And for some reason, I kind of thought it was Pete, but maybe it was somebody else.
Meatloaf sounds nice.
Meatloaf was one of my favorite things when I was a kid. Because it was one of those meals where you didn't really have to hold back. You could have as much meatloaf as you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So, even though there were 5 people at the table, Mom always made like a massive meatloaf, so there was always plenty to go around.
Mm-hmm. That'd be nice.
Cole
So I realized
Roper.
that they added a barn.
Cole Roper, welcome to the stream. Hey, it's my pleasure, man. I'm glad you found them useful, helpful, or whatever. Glad you're enjoying my content. If you ever have questions, need help, or otherwise just want to say hi, don't hesitate, man. And of course, the Harv's World Discord is always free and available to everybody. So Cole, no, Dino, on Ehrlengrat, there's a bunch of pastures. And so they're not technically fields. Like if I show you the map, you can see it a little bit better. Like these darker green areas here, these are all like pasture land. And so we bought a piece of pasture land. We are subsoiling the grass off of it so that we can plant actual crop on it. Yotes. Well, I have very specific reasons, but there are too many people in the world who love John Wayne. And I respect that. I'm not going to force my beliefs or opinions on anybody else. If you're a John Wayne fan, I fully support your choice to be a John Wayne fan. I am not. And I do have a reason for it, but again, I'm not going to force my beliefs on anybody else. So, respect to the John Wayne fans. By all means, you guys go support the Duke. I'm not going to try to convince you otherwise. Not a chance. Paul, as far as mode to me kind of depends on the situation that I'm in. I can tell you that one of my video series is called the Harv's World Tour. It is moving from Scandinavia to France, and because it's my first real playthrough, I opted to go with a how would I phrase this? A modified new farmer. But, you know, I adjust my settings to be what I want. But there are times when I've gone full-blown start from scratch. I've done survival series where I start with nothing. Chellington Valley was one just like that.
You want to lease, or yeah, you want to lease a new tractor?
Be my guest. Pick one you like and grab a subsoiler.
How much is the subsoiler horsepower?
4 something. 435.
Okay, so it's the smaller one.
It's
it's actually wider.
It's the biggest one. It's the biggest subsoiler you can get. That isn't 8 miles long.
The other one can hold fertilizer. That's why.
Yeah, we don't need that. Because we got to lime this field anyway.
Mhm. Yeah, 435.
Is my reason because of the film Genghis Khan? My reason is because of Joe McCarthy, and that's all I'm going to say. And if you want to know more, look up Joe McCarthy. Like I said, plenty of people love the Duke. Be my guest. But you're not going to convince me to be one of them, and I'm not going to try to convince you of my opinion on the subject either. I respect your choices. All I ask is that you respect mine as well. That's the nature of the beast.
I just leased an interesting tractor.
Ruh-roh. City Look Sweden, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us, man. It's been a while. Haven't seen you lately. Good to have you back. 6:30 in the morning.
It's not very fast. Oh no. Oh no, it's fast actually. Just has a low and high gear, it looks like.
It's all good, Cole. I don't hold it against you, man. I'm sure there are plenty of actors and actresses that I like that you would go, ew, really? When are you seeing that guy? That guy's horrible, or she's awful, or...
It's actually a really cool tractor.
What is it?
It's a Kloss.
Uh-oh.
There's no Voltstra that's powerful enough, sadly.
RPM Games, welcome to the stream. Mentioned the Joe story in one of his survival series videos if you watch. Oh, they have really upped the aggressiveness factor, Lee, on the traffic. Like, instead of cars, you know, doing the 15 miles an hour or 20 kilometers an hour that they used to do in FS19, they've tried to make traffic more realistic. But what they didn't do was up their sight or their ability to adjust for traffic. I mean, they'll come up to a stop sign, and any reasonable person would see you coming, and they'll pull right out in front of you. 3:30 p.m. for Peter. Jane, what about Jane Seymour, Peter? There's nothing wrong with Jane Seymour.
Gee, what time is it in Australia right now? It must be like midday in Australia.
It's 3:30.
Oh, in the afternoon. Oh
Yep.
gosh.
Peter's in
Oh
Australia.
gosh. That's feels weird. Like almost 3 here in the morning.
Dude, you
No,
spent a
it's
metric
12:30.
ton of cash on that tractor.
It was not that bad.
I think you spent like 30,000 total.
I
I
have to
didn't.
lease
I
the
don't, I don't think I spent anywhere close to that.
I only spent 18.
Okay, maybe I was.
I mean, I had to also lease the
Yeah,
cultivator or subsoiler too.
oh, it's all good. Jane Seymour's your girlfriend, Peter. Good for you. Actually, young Elizabeth Taylor. Oh my gosh, talk about one of the most beautiful women to ever have walked the face of the earth. I'm talking before Cleopatra, and she was still reasonably attractive in Cleopatra. I'm talking about like the Black Beauty days. She's one of those people that just won the genetic lottery, you know? Like every gene fell into place and said, you are going to be perfection. And we won't hear otherwise.
Oh shoot, I missed like 1 dot of grass.
I hate that.
There we go. Seems weird. It has like a 2-speed CTV transmission.
Cole not married yet. I think the real way to phrase that is never been, never will be. Again, nothing against you married folks out there. Marriage is a great institution, and I'm glad it works out for each and every one of you, those that work. I just, there you go, Harley. That's right. That's right. Why does that saying come from? Always come from someone who's not spending their own money. Well, it wasn't that bad. I didn't spend that much.
I think I spent $500 more than the Fent
It's
when I
fine.
compared them.
If we made enough in bales off of this bloody thing that although
Not gonna matter.
there's no way we're getting this planted before winter hits.
Nope, no possible way. It would take too long.
Well, congratulations, Cole. If you found the one for you, man, that's outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. I tried many times. I failed many times. I've kind of gotten to a point where I'm actually a little bit more comfortable and happier being by myself. And my bank account is much larger.
I was gonna say, your bank account's a lot better when you're but single. I can testify to that. Probably shouldn't be saying that, but
There is still no bird shooting. And unfortunately, you don't even have access to a mod to turn them off yet.
they don't seem to be as big though,
They're-
as common.
Yeah, they're not as bad as they. I mean, like in FS19, it was just a
Like, this
preponderance
field
of
would have
birds
like
all the
4
time.
sets of birds in it. Field would easily have like 4 sets of birds.
I don't even want to know how much lime we're gonna have to use for this.
Oh, oh gosh, this is base lime, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh no. Oh, I forgot how bad that is. That's probably gonna be around 30,000, or maybe not $30,000, but definitely around like 10,
We'll probably.
$20,000
We'll probably.
with the lime.
We'll probably. Do we? Yeah, we've got a trailer. We'll probably take the lime spreader and the trailer over and buy lime.
How do you put the lime into the trailer? I guess you can unload it.
We have a multi-fruit silo that holds everything.
Oh, oh yeah.
Thanks to Caveman.
Caveman Customs.
You've known her for a month and a half, and you already know you're going to marry her. Yeah, that seems like a slightly risky proposition, dude, but I wouldn't doubt you. You sound like a man who knows exactly what he's doing and what he wants, so go get it, man.
I mean, I know people who literally got married after dating for a month or got engaged, and they've been married for like 28 years. So
I'm not saying it can't happen, not at all.
definitely, yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it all matters is if you like, are great with each other. That's really what matters.
Frank, you're lucky SharCo's not your girlfriend the way he spends your money.
You know the funny thing is I'm actually very good at not spending money in real life. So I just spend it all in video games.
I thought you were going back to college. You're just going to work for your parents your whole life and inherit their business and...
No, I do plan to go back. Just kind of down because I didn't do too well near the end of my first year.
Yeah, but wasn't that like COVID related?
Mm-hmm. It was. It was.
Oh, I'm
But
not.
I'm
Like
gonna get my AZ license.
like I
so-
said, Kyle. You know, it can happen, man. And I know there are lots of stories out there that where it's worked out for people. I'm just saying, for me, anything sounds risky for me.
But you also haven't found the one, so obviously it would be.
Well, I'm no longer looking for the one because the way I phrase it, my picker is broken. That's picker, Picker. My picker is broken. Just let's be clear on that. No, I just don't pick the right ones. So I gave it my best shot. You know, you can only beat your head against a wall for so long before you decide to stop giving yourself the concussion.
I mean, I bet it saved your bank account a lot, though.
I've never been broker than when I was with somebody. I can tell you that much.
I can tell you that much too.
Lee, how do you sell cotton at Johnson's at Elmcreek? I have not done cotton in FS22 yet. I would expect it should be pretty similar to 19. You find the drop point and drop the bale there, and it should accept the bale. I would hope.
I'm sure, yeah, I'm sure you took the bale too. I think you have to unload the bale. though.
RPM. Well, good. It's nice to know I'm not alone in that. Besides, I am way too busy these days.
If Harv got a girlfriend, she'd get maybe like 5 minutes a week with him.
That's more than yours gets. Doesn't she live like a
It's-
long way away? And
That's true, but that's very true. I mean, no, we FaceTime and all that, so
you were living with her mother, and then one day you're just like, I've got to go back and live with my parents.
well,
And
That's
how did she take that, by the way, not living near her anymore? Like, I'm sure she understood your reasons, but
mm-hmm.
it had to be disappointing for her.
It was. And it's a lot cheaper to get my truck license down here, so
So you're getting the equivalent of a CDL.
I believe so, yeah.
You're going to be the Canadian version of an American truck driver. All right. Is that going to be satisfying for you? I mean, you're obviously someone that's very involved in engineering and interested in computer technology and all of that stuff. Is driving going to satisfy that?
You would think it wouldn't. You generally think it wouldn't. And I know it's not more than just driving too. I know you have to make sure you're loaded and all that, and I do like those things too.
Oh, I'm not saying that truck
But
drivers aren't intelligent, because they are.
I'm
They
not,
absolutely
what I'm
are.
saying is, when I drive for my parents, because I do a lot of driving, like I'll drive like actually one day I drove 8 hours. Or no, it was 6 hours I drove for. And I get paid for those too. And it's not, I mean, it's not a truck, but it is still a like 25-foot trailer. So, and I just love driving it.
We are done. Well,
So,
at least with this anyway.
So
Now,
I do just love driving, and I've always been fascinated in truck driving. I have something I think over 2,000 hours in American Truck Simulator, because I can just sit there and drive for hours at a time.
2,000 hours in ATS? Wow.
I guess actually we don't have to repark these anywhere because these aren't ours.
Not popping the question yet. Still, I got to see her whole person. Yeah, absolutely, Cole. I mean, you want to marry her, and I respect that. But you're still getting to know each other. You don't really know exactly who she is quite yet. So it sounds like you're doing it the right way, man. Congratulations. Paul, the girl I am with, we dated high school and we went our separate ways, and we reconnected 2 years ago, and now going strong, thinking about asking her to marry. Well, congratulations, and you're having a kid
That's a cool
together,
story.
so maybe getting married is the right thing to do if you're going to have a kid together. Okay, let's get rid of these cultivators. We don't need them anymore. Or subsoilers, I should say. I guess technically they are cultivators, just deep cultivators. Now, where on this bloody map is a lime fill point?
Let's see if I can help find you.
I found a gas station. Oh, it's all going to be in German.
Oh, nope. It's no, it's not. It's near the mill, bottom left. Near 15 and 14.
I see it. Well, that's not so far away. That's not bad. Okay, well, it looks to me like we're going to need extra cash. So I'm going to borrow another 50 grand.
Are we going to keep these tractors, or kind of makes sense to return them, because then we're not getting charged extra for them?
I'm going to keep the Fendt. You return that one, because we're going to need a big seeder to do this job.
Okay. But seeders can get pretty big, though, I believe. Can't they?
Yeah. But
how much? Yeah. 18 meters. So.
So if you want to grab something, grab the trailer, go load it with lime. Go ahead and bring it over here and tip it in. Wow, Peter was 7 years with his wife before they got married, and they've been married for 27 years. Congratulations, Peter. I don't even want to do something fun for 27 years. And don't get me wrong, I understand that, the right relationship and a good marriage can be a lot of fun, but at the same time, you don't get to 27 years without putting in a lot of elbow grease. Relationships are hard work.
They are. They definitely are.
Okay.
I mean, if they were easy, then everyone would do it.
Everybody does try to do it, at least. I tried.
I mean, like, it'd be the first person to be up if it was easy, so.
All right. I need another adult beverage, so I'm going to let SharCo talk your ear off for a minute. And believe me,
Oh, no.
he's incredibly chatty.
Oh no.
I'll be back in just a few minutes while Sharko buys us lime and hopefully doesn't break us.
You let me be and I crashed a tree. I already crashed into a tree.
Don't even. I'll be right back.
Let me see if I can read up on chat. It's John Deere, not Geodron. Sometimes I get those mixed up. I usually realize when I mix it up, but sometimes I forget. Back to that. I've been with my girl for almost 2 years. If anyone's interested. Oh, and Tuchel. Bye, Tuchel. See. I mean, I did just crash into a tree, everyone, so don't tell Harv that. Yep, I plan to break the stream. Oh, that's an awkward spot. Frank. Yeah, that's true. Definitely agree with Frank there. At least on some level. They may look the same, Gary, but sadly the fields don't take it the same. I wish it did. 'Cause that'd be a lot cheaper. Actually, lime's not that actually badly priced, all things considered. The Yeah, I think I would be good at driving because I do it a lot anyways during the summer. So definitely do it there. I mean, getting the license for truck driving is not cheap, but I guess it's cheaper than 3 years of school. So there's that. Yeah, finding the one is hard, but usually if you know the person, it's always good for that. I mean, if you find someone and you don't want to marry them, it's usually a bad thing. Not necessarily a bad thing, but if you, I mean, I know some people who don't. I know a family, one of my family members don't want to get married, so could or couldn't, Cole. Okay, couldn't. Yeah, no, it could not, especially during the pandemic. Like they were definitely very important. So, oh, definitely can be taunting, Ice Wolf. But I drive a 25-foot trailer and I can back that thing up almost no problem. So, like I know they're not very similar, but I learned that pretty quick. So driving a semi is just a lot bigger. Slow and steady wins the race. Try and back a trailer up fast does not go very well. Definitely does not go very well. Let's see. Hi everyone. Actually, no, you probably can't even see me. The what? The view is hello. I don't know if you can see me, but hello. I'm not slacking off. Oh really, Frank? Oh, that's cool. I've always been into planes. And that's what I was taking in college was aerospace engineering. That is definitely true. The bigger the better because it doesn't turn as sharp. Definitely true. I know that. Trying to back up those little tiny car trailers are a pain. Just gotta go slow. But yeah, I backed a 25-foot trailer down a one lane size driveway. So,
Perfect timing. I'm back
hello.
and ready to lime. Even though I don't need a tractor this big to do it.
Uh, yeah. Cool. It takes like 10 days of that for your horses to go up. They do take time.
Somebody said they're only worth $5,000 now when you fully train them.
Really?
Anybody verify that yet? I need to get on and work with animals a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Why is my fill button not working? Did they change it? No, it's R. It won't let me fill.
That's bizarre.
Oh,
It's
I
definitely
know.
lime in it.
I know why. Because I've got fertilizer in the thing.
That probably would be it.
You got no fertilizer, man. What are you trying to put lime on the fertilizer?
I know one thing weird at the buy point is when you buy it, it doesn't even prompt you what you're loading. Starts loading.
Well, if it's only one thing, I mean, if the only thing you can buy there is lime,
Yeah.
hopefully,
The
you know,
fact that it doesn't say what you have in it though is lime. It looks exactly like fertilizer.
they're assuming that you're smart enough to figure out you want to buy lime.
That's fair.
Uh-oh.
What'd you do?
Oh, I am totally pulling a SharCo on this one.
Oh no.
I'm
Wait for the stream to catch up.
This isn't good. I'm totally right on this fence and I can't get past it. I'm gonna be stuck.
Come there.
I totally SharCo'd this.
I need to ram you.
I'm not sure that that's even gonna help.
Oh no.
Maybe I could get off the fence. I'm totally straddling this fence, and like I can't even budge.
See. Oh, I see what you did there.
Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
I want to try to see if I can get your front wheel over.
Oh, Stephen Murray, glad to have you with us.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, you almost rolled your tractor.
I know I did. Through the sun.
We might just have to break down and F12 this. Yeah, that's what we're going to have to do.
Well, unless you unhook, then I might be able to pull it off, but... You should be able to get it now.
That'll do it. There is one little tiny patch of grass out there, SharCo.
Oh no.
Dude, really?
Yeah. I forgot to plow this one little spot. I'll just drive over it to make it all muddy.
Hide it in the mud.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got to catch up with everybody. Ice Wolf drives a yard dog at his job. Moving them big trailers is a little daunting at first, or at the start, but it gets easier. Yeah, I still remember learning my truck driving days. I remember moving trailers and learning to back and all of that was quite a challenge. But once you get it, it's like you can do it in your sleep.
Mm-hmm. We were talking about me getting my truck license, and the fact that I drive a 25-foot trailer already, it should be easier for me. At least backing up, because backing up longer trailers are easier.
You want to know? You want to know what makes it even easier?
What?
Well, if you have to lease a truck or something to do this with, I know somebody who did. They leased a flatbed trailer, and they're way easier to back because you don't have a big wall blocking your view.
Oh, it's true. Yeah.
And do it in a day cab so you've got a rear window you can look out of. Not all day cabs have rear windows, but a lot of them do.
Hmm. Well, the truck I drive, I don't even use my rear view mirror, just because I drive like a. No, it's not really a dry van. It's a it's a dry van, but for a pickup truck. Let's see if I can figure what it is. I don't know what you call it.
Yeah. Steven, the shorter the wheelbase, I've actually got a video. It's an FS19 video, but it applies to pretty much any game that you have to back up anything. It's strictly about learning how or teaching you the basics of how to back up in FS19 or whatever trucking game or whatever. The shorter the wheelbase, the distance between the wheels on your tractor and the wheels on your implement, the longer it is, the easier something is to back up. The shorter it is, the quicker that thing's going to turn and get out of control. So that's one of the secrets that they don't tell you.
Hmm.
Small trailers are way harder to back up.
Oh yeah. You know, we have two trailers my parents own, a 19-foot and a 25-foot.
And
25-foot's a lot easier.
I'll bet.
So, and I'm assuming a semi is not. I mean, other than the fact that it physically takes up more space, it should be easier. And I've backed up driveways the size of like a one-seat truck, trying to get that 25-foot trailer down. So, I'm assuming a semi is not much harder. I mean, I obviously need to get used to it at first, but it shouldn't take me too hard to get used to it.
Well, it's more about the field of view.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just can't see very well. And I've been in many situations where it was move a couple of feet, park, get out, go look. Get back
Oh,
in,
yeah, I
move
bet.
a couple more feet, park, get out, go look. Especially, I mean, blindside is the absolute worst. Blindside backing is a nightmare.
So what? I was say for truck driving, what side is the worst from yours?
Backing,
Up.
blindside. Blindside backing is the worst.
Assuming blindside is
So you
passenger.
optimally what you want to be doing is backing your truck on the driver's side. So the spot you're backing into is also on the same side of the truck as the driver's side. If you're backing in to a spot that's on the passenger side, it's a bloody nightmare because you can't see crap over there.
I was gonna say my pickup truck's similar. You get at least with the mirrors, I get more. I can see more with the driver's side mirror than the passenger mirror.
Well, sure, yeah. It's going to be like that no matter what you're driving.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I'll be able to ever back up a train that has a dolly. Those are difficult.
Bex always says that she can do it, and I have no reason to doubt that she can do it. But I can only imagine how long it took her to learn how to do that successfully.
I could do it. Just give me a week.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I could do it slowly. I could probably do it slowly, but to a point where it actually makes sense just to not unhook it, park the one I want, then move the dolly to where I want, and then hook it back up.
But even when
No,
you're pulling a train like that with dolly, it's no small thing to unhook it all and then bring it all back together again.
I know it's not. I'm just saying it'd probably take me longer to back it up still. So it's not like farming sim where you can just hit a button and they both connect.
Right.
I wish.
Don't we all? It's amazing how much better that works.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when I have to get out and switch the trailer sometimes for the trucks, or switch trucks out to the other trailer because the one truck is
Oh, I don't doubt. I
like
don't doubt that,
it's
Steven.
pain.
Right. I don't doubt that, Steven. A lot of times, I mean, I might pick up on something that you say, and it's not always directed. I'm just throwing information out there for other people who may not know. And Sharko just decided he wants to get into the trucking industry, so
Hmm.
you
And
know,
I still do plan to go back to school at some point. It's not like I'm stuck to truck driving.
no, there's nothing wrong with truck driving, and you can make a great, great,
Oh,
fantastic living being a truck driver.
I'm not saying I won't stop being a truck driving. I would like to get my license for aviation or my engineering. So I'll probably go back to school for that. But I do like truck driving, so and you get pretty good benefits too, at least up here.
The benefits were pretty much crap in the States when I was driving, but that was over 20 years ago now.
Yeah, no, that like at least the one two of the companies I've looked into already have like full dental um plan up to I think 5,000 or something like that. Um and some other like health, so I get a private room if I'm ever into the hospital and get my wheelchair and all that fees covered. I think eyewear's also somewhat covered.
That sounds like a
So
government benefit program.
no, that's what the truck drivers offer.
Oh, that's nice. That's very good.
Like at least the transportation companies, so I don't know about like Walmart truck driving or anything like that. These are just actual like transporting companies.
Hey, there you go. I mean, right? This is the perfect time to ask whatever questions you got, Sharko, because
Oh yeah,
you got a
apparently
bunch of
there's a
people
lot of
who
truck drivers in here.
love farming games, and a lot of those people were ex truck drivers, and Steven, he loved driving a truck, and he misses it, and he's wishing you had the best. So
hmm The one thing that I can guarantee you will take me a while to learn is manual. I have never driven a manual, so that will take me a while too. But I should be able to get taught that in school, like the truck driving school.
it won't take you as long as you think. The
If
concept is pretty
yeah,
basic.
if it is a 5 speed, a 5 speed I could probably learn quite quick.
You're
I was just
not you're
think
not
when
gonna find a 5-speed semi anywhere.
well, I mean like the shift to 5 gear, then medium, high, or and all that,
Yeah,
and not
it's
just pure 18 gears.
well, and
I mean, there's
one
probably
of
some out there that
one
are.
of the things you have to get used to too is what gear to start in, because it's not you don't always start in first gear.
No, it all depends on your weight and what your truck is and everything else.
Right, like if you're just bobtailing and you don't have a trailer at all, you can start in fifth gear.
Mm-hmm. You know, semis are actually quite fast when they don't have trailers on.
They're quite
Like
fast
compared to
with
when they
trailers
do.
on.
They can be depending on what they're pulling.
They reach the same top speed. It just takes longer to get there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean acceleration. Like
Yeah,
semis can have a very fast acceleration when they're not towing. If you shift it right.
I was
'Cause you
always
don't want to be in first gear because first gear is like one depending on the semi, like
no,
maybe up
unless
to
you've
two
got
miles an hour.
100,000 pounds behind you and you're going uphill. You don't start off in first gear.
No,
Most of the time
definitely
you
not.
start in second. With a slightly lighter load, you'll start in third.
Hmm.
Bobtailing, you'll start fourth or fifth. But I was always an impatient truck driver, so I was that driver that when the light turned green, it was like boom, boom,
The truck driver
boom,
that starts
boom.
moving before the lights actually ever green.
No, no, no. I would
Oh.
floor it through every gear until I got up to speed.
A lot of truck drivers up here will start rolling before the light actually ever goes green.
Well, that's fair too. A lot of truck drivers, if you're actually doing it smart, what you do is you slow down way before you get to the light, and you
You
time
never have
it
to
so you
stop.
never have to come to a stop. That's
Hmm.
not always possible,
Possible, yeah.
but it's the right way to do it.
Hmm. Yeah, no, it's definitely the way I'll learn. So, now I already drive a diesel, so I'm used to that.
Well, you're halfway there.
So I can tell you one thing though. I mean, I knew this from the start because I had an old Ford, or a 2013 Ford, I guess, that it drove like a diesel, but it was actually gasoline.
Oh, I see.
Um, it because like obviously gasolines are more for speed than torque, and the Ford I had was designed for torque. It was towing. So it felt more like it was actually like you could, because I know the Dodge I have that's diesel, when you floor it, it doesn't go. But if you have a trailer behind it that's fully loaded, it still doesn't feel like anything's behind it. You're still just not accelerating fast.
Well, make sure you're paying attention to what Stephen Murray is throwing out there because he's got some good information.
Yeah, I know. Harv I think was the one, or was he Harv or Caveman that said, I don't remember which one it was of you two, that said it was actually like 5 gears. You just switch between low, medium, or high depending on the truck.
Right.
There is.
And even the way, what Steven's talking about, where he's running 18 gears, which I never ran a truck that had that many.
I think, was it 16, 13,
The most I ever ran was 10.
10?
Yeah, 10 was common, and 9's a lot of time.
I think I was going to say that I think the higher gears are more meant for heavy loads than small loads.
Yeah, you need to be able to gear down lower to pull super heavy loads, that kind of thing.
I probably won't be doing that. I'll probably just be doing short hauls. But I guess I could still technically could be heavy.
They can be heavy. But I think what he's kind of saying is, I mean, like with an 18, well, with a 10 speed, for example, you've got five gears in the low, on the low end of the transmission, and 5 gears on the high end. And I would imagine if you're going to run 18, you probably have 3 different
Yeah, like 6
levels.
Low, 6 medium, and 6 high.
Yeah. So you'd
Yeah,
probably
that would
have
make sense.
two switches on your stick to flip. Because it's for a 10 speed, it's just a toggle on your gear shift. And when it's down, you're in low, and when you're ready to go to high, you flip it up, and then you go through the same shifting pattern. You just do it twice.
When I say old, I mean because we now have a newer one. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying old as in an actual old. I'm just referring to it as not the new one I have personally. So it's definitely not old. It's definitely not old. Like a 19, like something in the 1900s would be, or just the 2000s, whatever. Whatever.
Yeah,
Would be old.
when is a 2013 an old Ford?
I mean, when we sold it, it had 300,000 kilometers on it. So
Well, that's almost been used.
well, the fact that it was actually constantly used more weight than it was recommended to.
Oh, wait a minute. You guys have seen SharCo drive my vehicles on stream. 2013 with SharCo driving, that's an ancient truck.
Exactly. It was my truck actually. It was mine for a good year and a half. So
On your gear shtick. Yes, it's the gear shtick. A Mel Brooks shtick.
hey, I'm still pretty young myself. Okay, so old for me is old. It's half my life.
Yeah, SharCo's
old.
only 20. He can't even legally drink yet in the States.
It's true.
That's why he's not imbibing with me on my Friday night streams. Wait, you're legal to drink in Canada, though.
Yeah, I am. I could have a drink right now. There's a couple in my fridge. I just don't drink. Now here's something the audience is the question. So in Canada the drinking age is 19. Now I'm 20. And I haven't even had a sip of alcohol.
No, there's nothing on this planet that says you have to have a drink or should drink or anything like that.
Oh no,
It's a personal choice.
There goes the chat. And it's not like I have anything against it. I don't have anything against drinking. I just don't care to.
the 1900s. Michael Turner, welcome to the stream. David Smith, how you doing, bud? Good to see you, man. Yeah, absolutely. Glad you caught one live. We used to give the transport department officers and police by taking off in low range to think we were over. I'll tell you a story about. So, I used to do local deliveries in Los Angeles in a semi. You know, freight deliveries around Los Angeles, and there was one day. Oh, I was on the freeway. And I had this old cab over, and the exhaust was just below the passenger door. It didn't have a stack on it. It actually had exhaust that blew out toward the road, just below the passenger door.
Huh.
And we were stuck in traffic. The freeway was all backed up, and there was a guy in a convertible who was being a total jerk, and I don't remember exactly what he did, but I know it annoyed the crap out of me. And so once traffic got moving, and it was stop and go traffic, of course. Once it got moving, and he was in the lane to the right of me, I made sure that that exhaust was right next to his convertible, and I was grinding my gears like crazy, blowing as much black smoke out of that exhaust as I could. Just, I don't remember what he did, but I know it was something incredibly stupid and incredibly dangerous.
You?
I don't think so.
I mean, when I get my truck, I'm getting a dash cam for that reason.
I genuinely don't remember what he did. All I remember is I was doing my best to go up gears and then drop down gears while I was still at high RPMs and stuff like that, just to blow as much exhaust into his convertible as I could. And anybody who's been stuck next to a diesel exhaust knows what I'm talking about. It's nasty. Yeah, Harv had his sinful, youthful days.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting a dash cam when I get my trucker's license. Which is my thing, because the car I'm actually getting, that I bought, doesn't even have a transmission. It's a direct drive.
Well, congratulations, Paul. If that's a personal choice, then not a drink in 2 years. I talk a good game at this point. I really don't. On Friday nights, I'll have a couple while I do these streams just to kind of relax after a long week. But during the week, I don't even think about it. And after tonight, I won't think about it again until next Friday. It's just one of those things.
It's your time to like chill, so
exactly.
fair to have a drink.
Exactly. Believe it or not, I think we're gonna need more lime.
So I have to go buy some more.
I'm gonna be short by like 2,000 liters.
So you don't want me to buy some more.
No,
I guess you can always use more lime.
I want you to go buy like a little bit more at least.
Where did I park that trailer?
I've got 150 liters left, and I know. Well, don't go yet. Let's see what we got here. Maybe I can make.
Place where I parked the trailer.
Nah, it's never gonna make it. Nope. No, not even close.
Where did I park the trailer?
You love the smell of diesel exhaust. Holy crap.
I mean, I actually do like. I don't go and like sniff it, but if I walk by a gas station, I do like the smell of diesel.
I don't run around sniffing diesel, but
Yeah, no, I don't either.
oh, almost.
Where's the trailer? I parked the trailer somewhere. Where did I park it? Right there. Okay.
Actually, we need to do the sleep again so we can get back. This time 8 a.m. I'll grab it though.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have to sleep anywhere.
Oh, that's right.
Sleep. Sleep in your tractor.
I thought it was just Shift Z, right?
It is Shift Z. You can't be in a tractor.
Oh. Yeah, we're gonna fix that, Steven.
Yeah, I
Harv.
feel things are darker on this.
Oh, yeah, Lifehawk. So in this, um, they've actually made transmissions play a big part in the game
Oh
now.
yeah.
This is 8 o'clock in the morning, and look how dark it still is.
This is Canada.
This is
Or at least
Germany.
Canada thinks. Well, Germany's
Switzerland,
on the
or at
same
least
plane, isn't it?
Switzerland.
Isn't it on the same similar
I
plane?
don't know. Is it? All right. While you're buying lime, I'm going to catch up with everybody. Nah, there's nothing wrong with a few here and there. Yeah, the Fent 1050 has a very good light setup. I love the Fent
does.
1050.
This one case actually is pretty good too for a small tractor.
Coco, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. Cold exhaust gas and underground parking smells good. Man, I don't know how you guys do it.
Probably not healthy. Probably not healthy just to be breathing that in. I'll agree with that.
Yeah, Michael Turner's a diesel mechanic, and it has the same allure as race fuel. I can get that. I can see that.
Coco's in Switzerland. Oh, you mean in the game? Or
New Holland Brewery Dragon's Milk. Had it over a year. Bought a 4-pack and haven't touched it, or at least haven't remembered to finish it. Yeah, I'm the same way. I can put a 12-pack in my fridge and it'll last me 6 months. Yotes is all about Yotes is all about quoting SharCo today and making sure that it's date stamped, mind you.
oh no, it's gonna be on the news like tomorrow.
I don't go around
SharCo,
sniffing, but I do love the smell of diesel. I could just imagine SharCo huffing diesel.
just going outside to my diesel truck.
Oh, there you go. Coco's in Switzerland.
Do that.
So you're actually in Ehrlengrat, Switzerland. Is that what I'm reading there? It's 7 a.m. and just as dark as it is in the game. That is awesome.
Actually, it's an actual city.
I don't know if we've had somebody from Switzerland in the stream before.
I don't think so.
Oh, Bonnie's had Dragon's Milk. She's
I
a
really
fan.
like Switzerland.
Oh,
I really do like Switzerland.
it's beautiful.
And their healthcare. Can't really say too much more, but
I need to look at cedars, planters. Well, let's see. Well, actually, let's look at what our options. I actually don't need to look at them until we get to March. I don't think there's anything we can plant right now. Nope. So we've prepped this field to be ready for March.
Okay.
Although in February we could plant cotton. We're not doing that.
No.
So we need to get to March. Although apparently grass is harvestable all year around. We do have a couple grass fields that we can still harvest. Oh, we probably have bales that are ready to be sold too.
Bonnie, can I smell your exhaust pipe? Mr. Swede, good morning. Huh.
Mr. Swede, how you doing, man? Good to have you with us. Okay, I see. Ehrlengrat is in Switzerland. So this is Switzerland. Not Germany, it's Switzerland. Okay, and it's very expensive there. $4 a bottle for dragon's milk. Wow.
That sounds expensive.
Wow. Actually, if I'm going for microbrews, I really like one called Alaskan Amber. It's from the Alaskan Brewing Company. Oh God, you bought a whole trailer full.
Well, we need lime later too, so.
How many liters is that?
25,000.
Wow. You see this lower field down to my right?
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to hook up the mower and the windrower, see, we have limited funds without taking out more. Well, we've got more bales to sell, so
I
never
was gonna
mind.
say all those bales can be sold, so
All right, if you want to start taking bales to sell them, be my guest.
and then I'll go hook up to the bale trailer. It's gonna be awkward to load all those bales because I think I'm gonna load them one by one.
Well, if you go at them in the right direction, it will still load
Yeah.
automatically.
Still will take a while though.
Coal. Well, yeah, it's expensive. They have to milk a dragon. Well, that's a
I
fair
ain't going
point.
near a dragon. I ain't going near a dragon.
Well, it better be it better be like the Eddie Murphy Shrek version of a dragon, if you know what I'm talking about. Donkey. I still feel almost like we plowed up on the hill a little bit too much, but you know what? I don't care. And I know there was an edge over here that I missed.
Plant grass?
Say what?
Are you gonna plant grass?
All right, Steven,
Steven,
take care, bud. Enjoy.
That sounds so weird.
What?
Oh, like people are awake right now, and I'm like, I should be getting to bed. Kind of time.
Why?
I don't know. It just feels weird. Usually it's people going to sleep, and I'm fine with that. But I don't know. Just makes I'm tired.
Steven's
But,
going out this afternoon, late in the day to mow the grass. It's Australia.
Good.
It's 18. It's like 16-hour difference.
No, I know. It's yeah. So what was it now? Like 4 now and there.
It's bright, shining early in the morning in
You're up.
a lot of places in Europe at the moment. See, you're not having any trouble loading those bales.
No, I'm not. Still just sitting here for a while though. I actually do like these. Yeah, I like these all-load trailers.
I think Coco just woke up. I love
Well,
that.
good
I
morning,
love
Coco.
that bale trailer.
Actually, I really like the small bales.
The animal
I actually
dealers.
kinda like them.
Yeah, and I wanna work with those at some point too, but there's just been so much grass on this map that
You can't use it, the small baler.
right.
What's the best price right now?
The animal dealer still.
Okay. And they're probably the silage is actually probably worth more right now, is it?
Michael. He was imagining a dragon being milked with Benedict Cumberbatch's voice. That's awesome. Oh, Easy Rider, how you doing, bud? Good to have you with us, as always. What brings more such grass or corn? Cocoa. A lot of people. So corn will ultimately give you more. However, oh, I better check this. Why is it not taking fertilizer everywhere? Do we have a good fertilization on this already?
It's mostly fertilized, yeah.
Oh gosh, it sure is. Okay. Well, I'll hit what I
Maybe
can.
that's because there was still grass in the field or something. Maybe I don't know. Oh, maybe because
Well,
time was going forward.
we
so grass
we
grew.
tilled in the grass.
Mhm.
Anyway, Cocoa, what I was saying was corn will bring you more silage up front, but all you got to do with grass is throw a coat of fertilizer on it and it grows back. I will put grass against corn any day and twice on Sunday, simply because it's so much easier.
Especially silage bales. They're so easy.
They are
Okay,
in
this
this
is close
game.
enough.
They didn't
Oh,
seem to be as easy, and I didn't like doing bales in 19.
I think it's because the physics were so much worse.
Maybe, and I don't think we had as many good trailer options and stuff. Although auto loading wasn't bad.
Well, we had this trailer.
Not originally, we didn't.
No, not. This is part of the bit, grass DLC, I think, or something like that. Not the grass DLC.
The
It's
Anderson DLC.
yeah.
Anyway, because with corn, you have to plow, re-prep your field, which means you're going to have to, and in 22, you're going to have to gather rocks and all of that. You need to do 2 full fertilizations. You need to take care of weeds. You need to replant the corn. And then you got to wait for it to grow and you can harvest it again. Grass, I can literally harvest it every other day. However, we have discovered, and I tested this, that the longer you let, well, not the longer, but you can get more out of your grass if you let it grow to a 3rd day. There is a difference between grass grown for 2 days and ready to harvest to grass grown for 3 days and ready to harvest. You get more grass off a 3-day field than a 2-day field, but that's where it tops out.
Oh no, rain's in the forecast.
It doesn't matter. We're not harvesting anything.
Well, that's true. Only harvesting matters, yeah. Or collecting grass, I think. Or tething, I think it is. So
Yeah.
tething, so we're good.
Yeah, Coco, they're working some stuff out. I mean, we're a week and a half in. Of course there were going to be problems. And yeah, I know everybody's frustrated by, software companies who treat their customers like beta testers. I get that. I felt that way.
But there's also when a first thing comes out, you can have like 12 beta testers and they can be fine. But when you open it up to thousands, and from what we see, Farming Sims sold 1 million copies, millions of players, they're bound to find bugs that beta testers just couldn't find.
1.5 million to be exact.
Yeah. So.
And yeah, that's the thing. Once you give something to the public, that many people, they're going to find ways to break whatever product you have in ways that you couldn't have remotely conceived of.
I don't think Greenhouse's products go bad.
I don't think they go bad either. Don't quote me on that, but I really don't
Yeah.
think they ever go bad.
So if you want to wait until like winter to sell them, I think that makes sense.
Oh, well, Giants is near Coco, so if Coco has a problem, Coco can just go straight to Giants' office and file a complaint right there.
Straight knocking at the door.
There you go.
So yeah, so there, I did this very weird thing where I drove this tractor, pulling this implement at this time, and it lagged out. You need to fix it now.
What?
It's me like very going to their office, being really picky about a single bug.
Oh,
that
right.
also-
There you go. So, what you're saying, Coco, is that if we ever have an issue with Farm Sim, we should contact you so that you can get Giants sorted out for us. Good to know. Thank you for offering that service.
Coal, no, you cannot. You cannot get helpers to load pallets. And I wish you could,
Yeah, no kidding.
but no, you have to do it manually. One thing I am surprised about is how many mods are already ready for.
I agree with you, Justin. I don't know why Giants insists on including all of these useless buildings. If I'm going to place a building on my farm, I want to be able to do something with it. And if I can't get rid of it, what good is it? Although initially somebody told me a lot of the buildings weren't sellable when they actually are.
Yeah, any placeable on like the main farms are sellable.
Not any. Well,
Oh,
on
it's
the
not.
main farm, most of them
Yeah,
probably, yeah.
the main farm, yeah. Like any building we see here, we can be sold.
Right.
But yeah, not any like the houses cannot be sold.
Oh, I can't sell my house if I don't want
Okay,
it?
the house you can sell. I meant other houses.
Oh.
Also, I find out that the house they use here is like not a house.
Oh, this is so weird. Like, so any place that's accepting fertilizer is a place that I didn't mow. You can see the pattern of where I did my turnarounds and what is
Yeah,
accepting
you're right.
fertilizer and what isn't. That's weird.
What? So the part that got plowed under?
Yeah, the main farms. We need, what was that mod called? Map Objects Hider
Yeah,
to come over very quickly.
there's definitely objects on the main stream that I'd like to hide
Yup.
and place actual buildings. Like, if anyone's here that has seen the main stream and seen my farm, there's a lot of useless buildings there.
And that's why I didn't go into one of the side farms on the stream on Elmcreek.
Yeah.
Was because just too much trash there that didn't have any value. Couldn't be used. It was just there to be there. Although I'm going to be I'm going to be upfront and honest right here and now. Giants did this with FS19. And I feel like they've done it again in FS22. Now, as much as everybody loves Elmcreek, I've personally find the Elmcreek map to be a bit of a slap in the face to U.S. farmers.
Mm-hmm.
Because frankly, the Haute-Baileron map in France is way better to start off on. Way better.
Yeah, the starting farm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I agree with you there. The starting farm is way better.
It's a far superior new farmer experience. I'm not saying that to be some entitled American schmuck who's out here going, well, you know, we're the United States. We should have the best of everything. No, I'm not. I'm saying if you look at the French map and compare it to Elmcreek, objectively, I would bet the starter farm is worth 4 times in just dollar value what the Elmcreek farm is worth.
Yeah, because you have like 3 half-an-acre fields on Elmcreek, and you get like is it 3 fields or 3 fields you get on the starter farm?
You get 3 fields and they're each individually sellable.
Oh, I didn't know they're individually sellable.
They are separated. You can sell them separately.
But they're like 3 or 4 acres each, I'd say.
They're 3 and they're
distance.
good size fields. It's probably a 2-acre field and then at least 3.5 to 4 acres on the other 2 fields.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you there.
And frankly, on the starter farm on Elmcreek, that American barn that they put on there doesn't look anything like an American barn.
Nope.
Oh, we actually have money again.
Mm-hmm.
You running your second load now?
I haven't actually sold it yet, but yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, the fact that this thing goes down when you try and unload things is very annoying.
Wait, what's the matter?
Like, you know how your thing comes down when unloading? Your arm?
Yes, that is annoying that it doesn't just come back up before the thing. I know.
Not just that,
I know what
if
you're
you don't
talking
park
about.
in the right spot, it clips things and lifts the trailer up.
Right.
Because the spot's so narrow to get the trailer into.
Now here's what I'm talking about: backing up short wheelbases. Getting this windrower in. And don't get me wrong. I mean, I think Elmcreek is a respectable map.
I
I
think the
do.
map layout, or not layout, but the detail in the map is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, if I mean by like effort, not effort, but
But it's obvious that Giant said, well, we're going to put a lot more effort into the European map than we are the US map.
yeah, I'd say they put more effort, but there's more detail, if that makes sense.
Well, and you were the one who initially said, Sharko, that you were disappointed in the French map. You didn't think it was that great. And when I went, I was like, what is he talking about?
No, I didn't play it on at that point. I flew around it. When I played on it, it was different.
Okay.
When I was flying around on Elmcreek, like I saw the corn maze and all that,
Right.
so I saw all that detail, and when I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. I didn't see any of that on the other one, so flying around looked different. But when I actually played on the both of them, there is a
Right.
big difference.
Okay. Yeah.
And I do like the French map is really good.
Okay. Well,
And I think that's probably what went into is Giants probably made Elms Creek more appealing. More appealing. There we go.
the production
the other
factories
maps.
can be sold after you buy them, but once sold, you can't buy them back. That's good to know. If you buy one of the outlying farms, we already talked about that. Yeah, they should have a sleep point, though. I agree with you, Justin. David Smith says, "Yeah, it looks like more work went into the French and the Alps maps." Well, the Alps map is a carryover from 19. They had
To be fair, I would say there is decent work put into this map.
there is decent work. I mean, none of them look horrible. That's not the
No.
point I'm making. It's just Elm Creek feels a little shortchanged, especially for new farmer.
Oh, one thing I really hate is the house. Like if you it's only meant to be placed where it is placed. Placed it anywhere else on the map, it digs a massive hole because the side of the house is lower,
Right.
and it is so annoying.
Elm Creek has better sell points even if the starter farm is less value. That's fair. I'm not going to say that I've played through every fart and wrinkle of these maps. I'm strictly talking first impressions. And
Yeah.
I'm sure there are benefits to each and every one of them.
Like flyover, I thought Elm Creek was better. Playing, first impressions were the French one was a lot better.
Right.
And then obviously this one, I didn't really judge this one because it was a 19.
I just put this crap away and now I'm going to dig it back out again. Like,
But
well,
to be fair, this is a good map. This is definitely a good map.
oh, Ehrlengrat?
Yeah, I mean it was meant to be like a grass map, so.
I was incredibly unimpressed by it when I initially saw it. And now that I'm actually having the opportunity to play on it, it's respectable. It's got a balance too. You're not stuck doing grass.
No.
You know, you can, and we are going to get into actual farming.
Night, David.
All right, David. You have a good night, man. Take care, and we will talk to you soon. Hopefully, see you on the next stream or another stream.
I was gonna say,
100% easier to get started on Baylor Run. Yeah, absolutely.
it was like that with 19 too. Like Ravenport was a tutorial. You could not make money on Ravenport.
You could if you followed
I know your idea. I'm just
the
saying, like
walkthrough.
from a new player who didn't watch your playthrough.
Oh no, no, no! When I first started playing, that's what prompted the playthrough or the walkthrough was. I did contract after contract after contract after contract, and I finally saved up enough money to upgrade my harvester. And by then, I was so sick of Ravenport, I almost immediately moved on to another map. And I didn't even know what I was doing, but I knew I wanted to get out of Ravenport.
Yeah, it was just Ravenport was just terrible for like that.
Right.
Like you could not make money. Like I thought I was doing something really wrong because I was like I planted, fertilized, and did all that. Looked fine, and I thought like I just got bored because I couldn't do anything.
Oh,
like, I'd be losing money.
And Justin, I'm with you 110%. Why do we have 2 John Deere hats and no Fendt hat? I'm not even joking. Why do we have 2 John Deere hats and no Fendt hat?
Fendt didn't pay enough.
We've got Fendt everything else. Where is my Fendt hat? Where's Justin's Fendt hat? We want a Fendt hat and we want it right frickin' now. Okay, enough said. Just had to get that out.
Yeah. Like, it wasn't until the other map I played on the other map and bought a bigger field when I realized, oh, I wasn't doing anything wrong. It's the fact that the fields are so tiny.
Right.
Because when I started playing on the other maps, though, I bought the very small stuff, thinking, oh, I need the small stuff because I won't make any money. Next thing I know, not next thing I know, but I was actually making money instead of not making money.
Right.
And you couldn't lease because leasing would cost way more than you yield off your fields.
Let's see.
Well, I'll have
here.
to buy the harvester. I can't lease it.
When a woman you just met says she wants things to be organic, what does that mean? If I had to hazard a guess, I would say she doesn't want it to feel forced. She just wants the things to either happen or not happen naturally. That would be my take. But don't
Yeah, I was gonna say.
don't quote Harv
that's
because
similar.
Harv and women are kind of like oil and water.
Yeah, yeah, at least from what I know too. Organic means like, if you're looking for someone, organic means like just stumbles upon it. So
Well,
if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Not like it needs or forced.
Yeah, it's like you just chill, you hang, and if something happens, then it happens, and if it doesn't, it's okay. Although, in my experience, you can take this for what you will. This is just, my perspective. Organic means something that costs way too much, that isn't really any better than anything else.
Yeah, food.
Yes.
Actually, I've been told this, and I don't know how much this is true. Organic is actually worse because, like, plants and all that don't get in it, and if, like, grown products, I mean, can be worse because, like, they have to do other things to the soil and all that to make sure bugs don't get killed, and can actually end up being worse depending on if it's like bought from a grocery organic or if you did it yourself. If you did it yourself, obviously you know what's done with it, but
Sure.
organic doesn't necessarily mean organic as you think. It's just grown and left. They still do a lot of things to it. So yeah, I would say, I mean, depends. I guess you could also say it all depends. Like organic could also mean organic foods. It could mean anything really. It's just
Well, in the situation Lifehawk's talking about, I mean, it's definitely what we were
probably, yeah.
suggesting was that
Yeah.
It just has to happen naturally, you know, as a matter of course, as we happen to be in the right place at the right time and something sparked a nerve or whatever, and it all worked out, and we said,
Like I know people say this dating site's not organic. Or you're turning this into silage too, right?
oh yeah, it's all
Just wanted to make sure.
silage.
Just
We've got
wanted to
no
make sure.
animals at the moment, so
I thought so, but it's not my farm.
oh, I agree, guys. Well, if someone needs to get a Fent hat and fast Coco, yes. If you look at the well, really, Harv. Anyway, yeah. If you look at my channel, I mean, Harv is almost synonymous with Fent. Fent became my favorite. I don't have any experience in agriculture in the real world. Everything I know, at least brand wise, with the exception of John Deere, because clearly in this day and age, who doesn't know who John Deere was? But playing the game, the Fent 1050 became my favorite tractor, and ever since then I latched onto Fent and won't let go. I love Fent tractors.
My favorite tractor from like the same experience is the Voltras.
And
The reason why I found-
I have to tell you, I gained a newfound respect for Voltras in the little bit of time I spent on the Baltic Sea map in Scandinavia. They're good tractors, especially for we would be doing well to have Voltras doing all of this grass work because they have
Yeah.
such a tight turn radius.
That's one of the reasons why I fell in. You know, the other reason why I fell in love with them too is you could change the color on them.
That's a good point too.
Because I know I was getting kind of bored at one point. Because this one, it was beginning. I didn't really have a favorite tractor, and they were all kind of like colors I've seen before. So, not really unique. And when I found Vulture that you could change the color, you could change it to like a unique color, like a gray or something like that, or like a crimson and hot pink. I was like, oh wow, this is way cooler. And I also did a lot of grass work too, because I found grass work was paid the most, and the most, like, especially for contract work.
Well, and Justin
So-
brings up a good point too, that on Ravenport they start you off with a Fent favorite.
Fent Favorite is a good tractor. Definitely is a good tractor.
For small
not saying
tractors, the Fent favorite, it'll run 150 horsepower. It's a great starting tractor, and it will attach a front loader. I hate this about this mower. You can't drop this mower unless it's unfolded, which is ridiculous
Really?
since you wouldn't store it in this position.
Wait, you can't drop it unless it's unfolded?
You can't drop it unless it's unfolded. It's like that with a lot of implements right now in 22.
Really?
Yeah, I've run into that several times.
Why do they just have the wrong state or something? Because usually won't let you detach if they're deployed.
You know, give it 3 months. FS22 will be rock solid. We'll have
Oh yeah.
a couple hundred mods by that point. I've actually been really impressed by how quickly mods have been coming out.
They are very good. Like impressive, yeah, how fast they came out.
Hey, Christopher Greathouse, welcome to Harv's World. Glad to have you with us, man. I appreciate you subscribing. Thank you very, very much. I feel like I'm missing a lot here. I think with the balers, if you have leftover hay and a bale, it should be able to unload. I agree. Why can't you throw out, you know,
guarantee it's because they don't,
2,000 liter bale?
because of their size. They don't want different sizes.
Well, they don't have to be different sizes. They just have to be different amounts.
Yeah. Because I actually think, if I believe correctly, the size of bale is actually the same.
Well,
Or it's the liters amount and the bales are the same size.
the three options you've got on that baler right there are definitely not the same.
Are they different sizes?
They are different size. You can't even load on this trailer a different size bale.
Huh. Well, the reason why I say that is when you change it, the amount that's stored in your thing doesn't change. Unless it doesn't change until the next bale leaves. This case can barely make it up this hill.
Why didn't you use the Fendt? It's got a lot more horsepower than that case does.
I don't think so.
You're done on the hill now, so.
Oh, you mean the Fendt you're in?
Yotes is the official quote master today. He's catching everybody's quotes. We want a Fendt hat and we want it right freaking now. Yes. You ordered FS22 and you haven't received your globe light yet. That was part of the collector's edition, so it would have all come in the same box at the same time. Are you sure you ordered a collector's edition, Peter? If you didn't order collector's edition, you're probably not going to get the beacon.
Yeah, the beacon was only for the collector's edition.
Right? I really want to see some Asian stuff like Kubota or... You know, one of the things, and I'm not necessarily talking about equipment here, but one of the things I've always said is there's so many unrepresented countries that have fantastic farming or agriculture industries that we never get to see. I wish there was a map maker out there that was bold enough to jump on Japan or China or Taiwan or, you know, the Middle East in general. India, there's plenty of farming in India. You know, we never get to see that type of stuff, and there's a lot of opportunity there, I think, for map makers. I mean, even when I decided to do a Scandinavian version of the world tour, finding a map for Scandinavia was extremely difficult. And I'll be honest, I wasn't completely happy with the map I ended up going with. Oh, there you go. Michael's going to get Lifeox sorted out on this whole organic thing. That's good.
Well, like one thing I've always thought was weird, like sugarcane isn't usually grown in the middle of a field, like a big open field. Necessarily, usually it's near like a bunch of water and all that, like rice is.
Is that right?
Like right, and like more, not necessarily more like area, but more like crop, like with what's that one we had on not cranberry. Is it cranberry? The one on PV Uncharted.
Yeah, we had cranberries.
Yeah. The fact that cranberry is like flooded.
But we didn't have any crops that flooded. Oh, I stopped in the nick of time. You got really lucky
Good
there.
thing wouldn't have stopped in that time. But no, but I mean, like, I understand it doesn't flood, but like, they should add that. I think is what needs to exist. Like,
there have been map makers who do add that kind of thing, though. There were maps that had flooded rice fields on them.
I just meant more like function to that, 'cause it didn't actually flood. You just could plant underwater. Like, you didn't harvest them flooded, all flowing to the top of the water and moving in. Which is what I think would be really cool. Or like sugarcane usually has channels of water flowing through it.
Yeah, Michael, sugarcane is, yeah, you're right. I mean, sugarcane is almost completely tropical, really. All right.
Or the fact that everywhere in the game has apparently really good water.
How many liters of grass do you have left in that baler, SharCo?
36,000, which is 65%.
I think if you cleaned up the end of this field, because this is not like the other field, this needs to be cleaned up.
Is that side of the field not cleaned up?
I've got windrows all over the place down here. There's several, and on the far end, the
Oh, I
other
see.
end, there's a bunch of stuff that hasn't been
I
picked up.
see. Yeah.
You can probably get one more bale off of it at least.
Shoot, I hate going up these hills.
Aw, poor SharCo hates going up the hills.
I'm stuck to 5 miles an hour.
Let me know if you get another bale out of that thing.
Will do.
You should, because like there's a couple of big rows down here that could be picked up pretty easily.
Anything on the hill is just a pain in the butt with this little tractor.
Yeah, that's why you should have used the Fent.
Well, you're in the Fent.
I'm in the Fent 1050. We've got a much more powerful Fent.
This case is supposed to have more horsepower.
No way.
It says in the shop it can have more. I don't know if it does have more, but
That tractor has 175 horsepower.
the Fent can
The-
only get up to...
The Vario has 246.
No, it does... What?
The little Fent that we own has 246 horsepower compared to the one you're driving at 175 horsepower.
200? I thought the Vario was only 140. Oh, is it the 700 or 300 Vario?
The 700.
Oh, I thought that was a 300 Vario.
Why did you look in the shop? You could have just looked in the garage and seen exactly what it was.
The shop says the horsepower, doesn't it?
Yes. In the garage it does. Anything you want to know about the Fent, I can tell you. It's got 8.2 hours on it, 246 horsepower, variable CVT transmission, 400 liters of fuel, 50 kilometers per hour, 7.8
That
tons. It's
explains why
running
you were building-
Ground King tires.
That explains why you were allowed to pull that
Right.
thing.
Right.
That explains that. I have 91%, or I'm at 91%.
Well, there's a couple big rows right here next to where I'm at.
Yeah.
And you know what, Van Boy? At least they don't sit there and honk their horns at you anymore like they used to.
Oh my gosh, that was obnoxious.
Right?
Or when you were had to work around a field, they would just stop a mile away from the field.
Oh, yeah, that was always funny, too. They'd be driving down the road like 500 yards away from your tractor and they would stop and honk.
And like the tractor would be on the other side of the field.
Right?
It's like, what? Obviously that's
Oh.
because the way the AI planned it ahead of time, so the AI just never crossed it.
Yeah, Peter, I don't like controllers either. I could never get the hang of them. Keyboard, mouse, although I do really, really like the
I
wheel
like variable
and the
control
side
controllers.
panel.
Got a belt.
That's a good point, Lifehawk. Being able to compare two different vehicles in the shop, that would be a great feature to add. Amazon can do it. Why can't Giants do it with FarmSim? I can go compare two products on Amazon. Why can't I compare two tractors?
Because the Giants engine, it has to be perfectly for the game.
Right. Whatever. Anyway,
I remember them saying that the Giants engine is the only engine that could do what they're doing.
it's the only engine that can do what they're doing in the way that they want to do it, maybe, or the way they know how to do it.
That's probably fair, yeah.
I mean, I could go out there and and pick an engine and say, I want my game to do this, and this is the only engine that will do it. If I phrase it the right way, if I write the proposal the right way, then I can make it look like that's exactly the truth. Anyway.
I'm watching Caveman's tractor.
I'm glad you're watching it.
I think he'd be mad if he came back and there was a dirty tractor. They'll probably be going soon.
Well, to be honest, I think we're all going to be going soon. It's been a fun stream. Lots of great interaction. Everybody's been fantastic tonight. I appreciate all the questions and the input. Hopefully, Michael's getting Lifehawk sorted out on the whole organic relationship thing. With that said, I think that's going to do it for us, guys. 3 hours. I don't know about SharCo, but my eyes are kind of burning. It's been a long day. Like I said, I get up at 5 in the morning to go to work, and it's 11 p.m. here now. With that said, as always, and final thought, SharCo.
Enjoy, I guess, your day, most of you watching.
Well, enjoy enjoy your weekend. Hopefully, you'll get a good weekend and be able to relax and chill for a while. But as I always say, we very much appreciate you coming along for the ride. Special thanks to Altoona Gaming and to Lee, who donated to our Christmas fund. Too cool. Thank you for pointing that out. If you enjoyed the stream, please remember to hit the like button down below. As always, and I'll say it again, we love the fact that you came along for the ride. And until next time, take care.